What's up, everybody? We are back with a brand new edition of Course. It's cold today. Oh my goodness, who needs an introduction? Who needs an introduction? But I will introduce myself anyway. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. Excuse me while I push this forward. I obviously already know that sounds good to you. Okay? Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. I got access to a WhatsApp community, text coaching, all the things to hook you guys up, make it easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay. Every day we host a new challenge here for the first 5 to 10 minutes of the live. So anyone who reposts the live and does the hashtag FYP is entered to win some awesome shit. And I'm almost done with the merch. So let's start there. What's up, Mickey Mouse Mouse? Jackie, Lindsay, Yesenia, what's up, bitch? Hey, Lisa with the butterfly. Oh, I gotta respond to your shit. I'm getting myself organized, honestly. It's a process. But I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. So if that's the case, then get impatient. I'm impatient. You're allowed to be impatient. Okay? So just shoot the shit to the top. If you don't hear from me in like a day, just keep shooting it up. Because I am carving out time every single day moving forward, starting today, to answer everyone, because I love all of you. So, of course, Ski, I'm always honest. I don't know how to not be honest. Perfect, Lindsay. Perfect. Okay. Also, oh, Yesenia, you got some men fighting after you, huh? I mean, it doesn't surprise me that you don't have a fucking whole army stepping up, but hey, let them duke it out. Let them fight. What up, Kathy? If you guys have any questions regarding SPs, go ahead and drop it down below, okay? That's what I'm here to help you do. Also, it's not, we mainly do SPs here, but if you have any questions about anything manifestation-wise at all, don't worry about it, because I got you covered, okay? Weight loss, what do you want? Money, business success, SP, all the shit. I've done it all right? So I'm here to help you do the same. So let's see what's cracking. Hey, what up, Nest girlfriend? Okay. Have you, and Kathy, let me know what you need my help with. Have you consciously manifested not once, but many times, like knowing you're gonna? Have you consciously manifested? Wait, you just repeated your fucking self. Ski? Oh, wow. Okay. Have I consciously manifested not once, but many times? Of course, many times. This is not a one and done. I mean, have I consciously manifested my boyfriend back? Yes, one time. Well, no, that's not true, actually. It would be, I wouldn't say, yeah, it was one time manifesting my SP back, okay? But did it slide back initially at times? Yeah, it did. But it was because this is where I teach you guys things that I learned along my journey, which is why I tell you guys that even though your SP comes back, your job is not fucking done. Okay? So if you have gutter trash, well, then you have to keep going. Okay? Until you don't breathe life into that anymore, until you know it's a wrap in your own mind. Even if they're confirming it in your mind, you have to know that it's done. Then you can move on. Same with when you get your SP back. You can't stop affirming for SP. You have to you just move to the next step, but you still have to keep going with your original affirmations until it is natural to you. And you'll know when it's I'm not even charging my fucking phone. You'll know when it's natural to you, because you will just naturally stop affirming like that affirmation, but you move on to the next step. Excuse me. Okay. You move on to the next step of your relationship, right? So it's like you're back in a relationship, then it's living together, or whatever your pleasure. Maybe it's marriage, then living together, whatever. Your next step is, and then you move on to that next step. Then when that manifests, then you keep going, and then you move on to the next step. Okay, so you can't just switch the steps. But I've consciously manifested several things. Most things when you're actively manifesting, it's all conscious manifestation. Okay, up until now, yeah, it's subconsciously manifesting because you've been manifesting your whole life. But my weight loss, I consciously manifested. My SP consciously manifested. Business success consciously manifested. Money consciously manifested. All like a bunch of shit. My health consciously manifested, right? And which, if I would have known what I knew now back then I wouldn't have gotten some of the procedures that I had gotten. Because I know that I could have reversed it, right? Just like I reversed my high cholesterol. They said I had over 700 cholesterol level, which was extremely high. They said I was they said I was at risk of getting strokes and all kinds of shit. And I felt totally fine before going in there. I just had body aches. And, they were like, so they had me on all this cholesterol medication, up in the dosage, and they're like, you're going to take this forever. I was like, you lose me. Anytime you say forever, you lost me. Unless it's something that like is a positive thing, right? So same with no gallbladder. They're like, you can't eat these foods. I'm like, okay, I don't even know what that means. And so I normalized my cholesterol levels to completely normal because I just refuse to accept whatever the fuck they're telling me. Then they're like, it's genetics. I'm like, okay, I guess. But that's what pisses my family off because they're like, you're just so nonchalant about everything. What am I going to do? Panic? Like, that's what I keep trying to tell you guys when it comes to your SP or anything in general when you're manifesting. What are you going to do? Worry about the shit? For what? For what? That makes no sense. You know, sometimes you guys piss me the fuck off because you guys will sit there and say all the things that you think sound good, right? You'll be like, I'm not wavering. I have no desire to check the 3D. I'm doing all the things right. And yet I'm still no contact. Then the next day, still no contact. Next day, still no contact. I said, then you're not doing all the shit right. You can lie to yourself all you want, but you're not doing all the things right because if you were, then you wouldn't be focusing on the fact that you're in no contact. Because if you're in no contact, guess what you're in? No contact. That's exactly that, right? Your subconscious mind has to prove you right. That's its only job. Take you at your word and prove you right. That's it. So if you're consistently telling yourself you're in no contact, it's like, yes, no contact. Yep, that's correct. That's correct. How the fuck can you break no contact when you're consistently acknowledging no contact? That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't be acknowledging it. I didn't acknowledge the fact that I was in no contact. First of all, I didn't even know that was like a term. Like some of you guys will use terms. I'm like, I didn't even know that that's what it was called, no contact, right? I just knew that he changed his number. We weren't talking. That's all I knew. I didn't know there was a term for it, but I certainly didn't focus on the length of time of no contact at all. I just did it. I can't tell you how many days I robotically affirmed and did things before we got in initial contact. I can't tell your ass that because I didn't clock the days. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make shit up. So there's that part. Okay. It's been 7 months and you don't know why it's not worked yet. Okie dokie. What is this? Amy. We'll just call you Amy. Okay. The reason it hasn't worked yet is because you're clocking time. Like I was just saying. A lot of times you guys are clocking times. It was 7 months for me too. So all you're doing for the past 7 months, all you've been doing is going down research rabbit hole, watching YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video or TikTok videos, whatever, trying everything under the fucking sun, doing technique after technique. This isn't working. Try something new, try something new, try something new. That's all you've been doing. I know because that's what I did for 7 months is, well, they said drink this magic glass of water and fucking whisper in the water and then drink it. Okay, I'll do that. Oh, the whisper method. Let me creep into his room in my mind and whisper in his ear and kiss his fucking forehead. Let me do that. And then, let me do technique after technique after technique, visualization, all this shit. When you didn't do any of that to cause your breakup. So why would you need to do any of that? So this is the problem. What up, Just Nick and girlfriend? This is the problem in the manifestation community is they get you guys stuck in, this isn't working, try something else. This isn't working, try something else. But you didn't do any of that shit to cause your breakup. I don't think you were drinking magic glasses of water and I joked with somebody yesterday and said, I'm going to make a video on how to create your breakup. Because you didn't do anything to do that. So all you have to do is realize what caused your breakup and then do the opposite to cause your makeup. It's the same fucking thing. Okay. The reason why it's not working is one out of two. There's several reasons why it would not be working for you. First of all, if you're doing exactly what I say to do, then you should have gotten progress. It shouldn't take you 7 months if you do what I say. Okay. Second of all, stop consuming content. Living in the end, if you're living in the end, that's obviously why you have not seen movement, why it's not working, right? Because if your 3D reality shows you the complete opposite and you're told to live in the end of marriage and you're not in no contact, well, that's why it's not working. Okay. Because there's a lot of wavering involved there. There's a lot of discipline involved if you're going to live all the way at the end of marriage. Okay. On top of that, you may be affirming, but you're not paying attention to inner conversations. Inner conversations are far more powerful than affirming. They are far more powerful than affirming. And it speeds up the process because it is something natural that you're saying to yourself over and over again, right? It's a natural conversation you're having in your mind. So there's that part. So you're not paying attention to your thoughts and the conversations you're having in your mind, the stories you're running through your mind are probably not the ones that you want, but the ones that you don't want, right? Old history, old story, old patterns. The third reason why it's probably not working is because you are not evolving as a person. This is not about your SP. This is about you, and realizing that your relationships all have patterns. Every one of your relationships, not just your last relationship. If you were to look at all relationships, there's patterns in your relationships, but there's only one common denominator, and that's you. So as long as you want to blame everybody else, you have to take one hard look in the mirror. You have to be the person that attracts, doesn't chase. Okay. You have to evolve as a person on top, and you have to do things differently. Okay. On top of that, the other reason why it's not working is because you're not looking at your SP in a way that would be doing the things you want them to be doing. Okay. You're hoping that they change. You're hoping that they change. And this is a lot of people. I'm just hoping one day he'll change. Okay, cool. Sick. Well, you let me know when that fucking happens. Okay. So you're hoping that they change. You're hoping that they're different, but you're not seeing them as the person who would want to talk to you, would want to spend time with you, would want to be with you. You're not seeing him as that person. So because of that, that's also why it's not working. There's like 50 million reasons why what you're doing isn't working, but I'm willing to bank on the fact that you've done nothing but waste time. Thanks, Lisa, girlfriend. I'm willing to bank on the fact that you've done nothing but waste time and listen to fucking creators that are just trying to make a name for themselves and giving you trash ass advice. Take a choice. But I'm pretty sure in the examples I gave you on why it's not working, you're not doing one or several of those things. Okay. Which is why I think it's best if you manifest back in steps and then do my 5-step process to manifest your SP back. I should write them down because I'm pretty sure it's 5 steps. But I will make a video that will give you the 5 steps so you can have them. And then discipline. You have to persist. You have to persist. I wasted 7 months of my life manifesting my SP back. And again, I tell you guys, things are playing on behind the scenes at all times, even if you can't see it, which that's what I learned. And now everything is fucking fantastic. We have an amazing relationship. Has it always been that way? No. Well, actually, yes, it has always been amazing. But are there things that come up over time? Of course. But I tell you guys that you're an investigator. You're an investigative reporter. So if something comes up that is unfavorable to you or something that you don't like, then you put on your investigative hat and you listen to what they're saying. And then you leverage whatever they're saying, okay, to work in your favor. And so when you do that, shit turns around real quick. So therefore it's just, oh, what up, Betty? Congrats, girlfriend. So therefore it gets better. Right? We don't want a stagnant relationship. We want it to improve over time. So therefore it's this relationship, when you get your SP back, should not be the same as it was the first time. It should be better, right? There's no honeymoon stage. Every day should be a honeymoon stage. You know, it's like months, years from now, it should still be like the best relationship ever. But that's up to you. That's up to you. You're in control. Oh, right. Flashy sister. Question. You said be petty with gutter trash. Yes. Husband always said he didn't think he was good enough for me. So not for gutter trash. Yes. Okay. So he always said he didn't feel like he was good enough for me. Mm-hmm. So how can we leverage that against gutter trash? Yeah, he's too. You can change that and be like, he knows that he's way too good for her. Way too good for her. I would. I'll talk to you on the side note, Flashy, because I can't talk about it here, on TikTok live. But I will send you a message today on different things to throw out there when it comes to that. And then you'll actually just know that it's being parroted, not to you, though. That's the fun part. So, no one can stop your grind, baby. No one can come in between you and your SP. And that's what you have to understand. Hey, bestie teddy bear. That's what you have to understand. No one can come between you and your SP. Ever. Ever. Unless you let them know. Only if that's a deal breaker. Okay? If that's why he left, then yeah, you can say that. But I think we need to get a little bit more petty when it comes to your situation. Let's get real petty with it by throwing random shit out there. Okay. Okay. I'm texting with a guy while manifesting my SP, but I'm kind of confused. I don't want him, but my SP. Okay, Eli. So a couple things. This is the only, well, honestly, this is where I say you can date if you want to while manifesting your SP back because it suits your ego. But that's also one of the things that it depends. Like if you're talking to if you're texting with a guy while manifesting your SP, what are you confused about? Are you confused because you're catching feelings for the new guy? Or here's how you leverage. Okay, here's how you would leverage this. So if you're not seeing SP conforming, right? If you're not seeing movement with your SP, like actually in your 3D, then what you would do is take the guy that you're talking to now, the guy that pursued you, the guy that you're talking to now, and take a look at how you would describe him. Thanks, Christian. Take a look at how you would describe them. The guy you're texting. Take that description and what you know. Like, do you know that you would hear from this guy? Do you know that he would text you today? Right? If the answer to that is yes, then take that description of SP and the guy you're texting and what you know about him and pop that shit right up into SP. And that is now who SP is for you. We can change, you can course correct and with SP, but we want to take the guy who's actually that you're in contact with and take what you know about him and how you would describe this person and pop that shit into SP. And he'll start to conform too. That's right, Yesenia. Let's get some business success, bitch. Let's get some business success. Lindsay, you probably did. You probably did, sister. What up, CC girlfriend? I have a really hard time thinking from the end state because I think about it literally all day. Okay, Jillian. So what end state are you thinking from? Okay. That was my problem. I never even considered it, to be quite frank. Because I thought it was just because I'm very conscious. Like I said, when you consciously manifest, the difference between subconscious manifestation and conscious creation is that when you're consciously manifesting, it has to make sense to you. Okay. You have to bring, this is why I bring logic into conscious manifestation, because people who don't bring logic into conscious manifestation and want to keep all that shit woo woo as fuck, that's great. But that's cool if you're doing subconscious work. But if you're not and you're consciously manifesting, it must make sense to your conscious mind. Which means I have an obligation to bring logic into manifestation for you. Because if I don't, and it doesn't make sense to your conscious mind, then your subconscious mind the critical factor that goes between the two will reject the information and it won't go in your subconscious mind if it doesn't make sense to you. Okay. So it has to make a lot, because your conscious mind is the analytical thinker. It's the thinker in you, the logical part of your brain. So you have to bring logic. It has to make sense. If you're watching something and it sounds real woo woo and all that shit, I'm not going to say it won't work, but you have to make it make sense to you. Okay. It has to make sense to you. Which is why living in the end is hard for people to do. It's not hard to live in the end of marriage when you're dating somebody. Okay. That's a lot different. But when your 3D shows you the complete opposite, it's really, really hard to live in the end. So I never even considered living in the end of marriage. Most of you can't even live in the end of fucking text message, let alone marriage. That's like, see what I'm saying? So that feasibly doesn't make sense, which is why you waver a lot, which is why, because you guys want, because we know, right? We know we want to see movement. We want to see movement. But if you're living in the end of marriage, well, until you get on board with that shit, and until that's an assumption of yours, you're not going to see movement. But, and also because you have to know you, right? Is we want to see movement because it motivates us, right? It motivates us, it encourages us, it excites us. But on top of that, we also, it also encourages you to keep going. And we also want our SPs to confirm, okay? Like that's just how it is. We even though we say we don't, we do. We want confirmation or some kind of validation from SP, which is why if you didn't need that from SP, then you wouldn't give a fuck what they had to say. You wouldn't. If you didn't need validation or confirmation from your SP, then they could tell you right now something, I don't want a relationship with you, and you wouldn't give a shit. You wouldn't listen to what they, not that you wouldn't give a shit, but you wouldn't listen to what they had to say. The only reason why you do, and the only reason why what they say, if it's not what you want, hurts your feelings, is because you want validation, confirmation of their feelings for you. Duh. So that's where we don't lie to ourselves. Okay. This is just how we're wired. So because of that, how the fuck are you going to get that when you're living in the end of marriage? That's why it's hard to think from the end state. It's hard to think from the end state versus why don't you just think from the end state of contact? How about that? How about you just have inner conversations about, like, let's say right now your SP, right now you hear a ping on your phone and you go to check your notifications and your SP pops up. What would you say to yourself? What would you say to yourself in that moment? How would you feel? That's the inner conversations you should be having instead of the end of marriage. Because how do you have inner conversations like that? Because the problem with that is it's not that it can't be done, but people who tell you to live in the end of marriage. Oh, Jill. Okay. Can you reach out to, are you in the WhatsApp? Can you reach out to Chanel? Because she can put you on my calendar. If not, then send me a DM on TikTok and I'll send you the calendar link. Okay. So if you're living the end of marriage, it requires a different set of delusion. Okay. Like this is where delusion comes into play. The only reason why they tell you to be delulu is because you're living in the end of fucking the yellow brick road. Why don't you try walking on the yellow brick road? James, where the fuck have you been? Where have you been? Yeah, we have missed you. And we have, honestly, everyone has been worried sick about you. Not like sick, that's a little extra dramatic. But everybody's noticed because everybody misses James Button. Who doesn't miss James? You know what I'm saying? So the admin team's just been asking because they wanted to make sure you're okay. We care around here, and we notice when people disappear. That's right, the king is back, because we notice. And then people are like, is everyone okay? Are they okay? I was like, I don't know. Of course you're okay. Okay, so that's where Sandy, what the fuck do you, what? Okay, Sandy, what are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about? You wish you'd sent Gutter Trash more evidence of our past year together. Can I send if I know it won't affect SP and I? No, for what purpose? For what purpose would you gain by doing that? What do you gain by that? Honestly. And then let's go back to just like yesterday. Okay, Sandy, we'll just go back to yesterday. Okay. Yesterday, you said SP was worried. Yeah, I remember, bitch. You said SP was worried. Yeah, SP said he would contact you to talk. You hadn't heard from him and you were worried and anxious. So that's how you were yesterday. So now, given that that's how you were yesterday, now you want to send more evidence to gutter trash. But you're saying you know it won't affect SP and I. Yesterday, you were panicked about contact from your SP because you thought, well, obviously, he felt some type of way. But for you, if it won't affect SP and I, then for what purpose does that serve you? It doesn't serve you, because that's a whole nother level of pettiness that honestly doesn't serve you at all. At all. I've had somebody try to trigger me with that stupid bullshit. And at the end of the day, you're the one looking ridiculous. Okay? When you do that stuff, you're the one looking ridiculous. So for what purpose when you could just move forward with you and your SP and be like, okay, I told her what it is. So fuck her. She needs to go to the dumpster she crawled out of. I'm going to send her ass packing and I'm going to move forward with me and SP. I don't need to send more evidence. That is forcing the 3D. So you can sit there and say that it won't affect SP and I, but you will be dead wrong. You will be wrong. And is that a chance you're willing to take? Because then you have to clean the shit up. Like, so it's like, why do that when you could just move forward and let that shit ride? But it's like you keep hashing it out. If you want gutter trash gone, then I suggest you move forward with you and SP while you affirm gutter trash to the fucking dumpster she crawled out of. But by you breathing life into her still and wanting to send more evidence for what? For what? So usually people send more evidence when them and SP are a fucking rapsy and they just don't give a shit anymore. That's when people would send the evidence, right? Well, normal people would send evidence if they're like, yeah, I'm all done with this motherfucker, fuck him. And so I'm going to say, yeah, she needs to know what it is because I just don't care. And me and SP are done. Like, I don't want to be with him anymore. But if you want to be with SP, then that doesn't serve you a benefit at all. It doesn't serve you a benefit at all. And trust between you and your SP is not going to be there. It's not. Because he's going to watch everything he fucking sends to you. Because he can't trust you now. And that's like a level of betrayal that like my boyfriend would not ride with that shit. But then again, I wouldn't send it because for me, it's like I'm an adult. Can't say the same about someone else, but I'm the adult. So it doesn't benefit me at all. And if you want her gone, all you're doing is keeping her in your reality. All you're doing is keeping her around. So obviously I can't tell you what to do, but I would highly advise against that shit because just know that is forcing a 3D. And every time you force a 3D, not one time does it work out. Not once does it work out. Can you fix it after? Sure. But why go through that? Why go through that? Bitch, you're already trying to fix the first round between you and gutter trash. Why in the fuck would you add fuel to that fire? That would make no sense to me at all. And that's what you got to think. You got to be like, yeah, nah. Like, no, I'm not going to do that shit. But I'm sorry. But if you do though, bitch, let me know how that will come back on here and let me know how that fucking shit works out. If you want to send it to someone, send it to me. I love me a good tea. Okay. I love me a good tea. As I almost die of laughter here. Oh, and I'm going backwards on your shit. Oh, I'm going backwards. Oh, this gets even better. This gets even better. Welcome to Mo. What up, bestie girlfriend? Okay, day 3 of the crash out. Gutter Trash didn't believe me. Has updated her For You profile to them and he blocked you. Gutter Trash blocked you. Go figure. So, girl. Hey, Chanel, long time no talk to, sister. Oh, hey, MKD, we're going to add you to a WhatsApp group for merch too. So, okay. So, case in point, okay. Gypsy, how can you manifest for me? So, yeah, moon water, the moon water. I had a client that's like, I was scrambling around. She's like, I missed part of your life because I was scrambling around for my crystals. I was like, man, the crystal game. I mean, I've been doing that shit for a long time. I got a money tree and everything. And that shit is not cheap either. I haven't even recouped my investment for the money tree, let alone have it produce fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. What up, Shanzy girlfriend? Okay. But I have to tell you though, bitch, Sandy, thanks for making my day. But please, I'll elaborate for you in one hot second. Gypsy. So basically what we do is we recreate your SP on the spot. I need backstory. Yes, I do old story because that's how I figure out what the problem is. I tell you how to play your part because I can bring them back, but I cannot control the version of them that shows up. That's entirely up to you. And then this is a partnership. It is not something that's one-sided. So I'm not going to do the work while you're working against me the whole fucking time. Like that's not how this works, because if I wanted to bring your SPs all into my reality, I can bring them in overnight. No big deal. But I'm not bringing them into my reality. I'm bringing them into yours. Okay. So because of that, I do my job, but you can't be like going against it, checking every waking second that you get, messaging me every fucking day, unless it's like a good shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Like, you can't do that. That's part of the problem is you just need to know it's done. Like it's a wrap, bro. Okay. Like that's the attitude you need to have. And so I walk you through it though. I walk you through it. Then I also walk you through how to keep it, because that is the whole point, is how to keep it. Okay. So that you can, then once you get the movement, then I walk you through how to continue with the movement. Okay. So that you don't screw it up and we have to start all over, because I've had to do that a couple times, which is no big deal. But for what purpose when you can actually just ride on easy street moving forward? You know what I mean? Because like I talked to somebody today, this morning, she got contact same day. She got contact same day. Went on a date, couple days later, on the weekend, whatever, the weekend. Went on a date, spent the night, and is now going on another date for his birthday tomorrow. Yeah. And you know what he said? This is why I tell you, when you drop the old version of your SP and only have the new version, let me tell you what they said. He said, I'd rather not talk about the past and let's just move forward, like fresh beginning, right? Like, let's just move forward and and let's start. He said, let's start from the place where everything was great, basically. Like when everything was fantastic in the relationship. That's what happens, is you guys will get back in contact and then be like, it throws you off because you're like, they didn't even mention. No, because that's not the version of them that you're selecting. When you're selecting perfect boyfriend, they don't need to talk about the breakup or the past negative shit. That's not them anymore. That's a different version, right? And she's also like, he's also parroting the affirmations back. Of course they are. Of course they are. Okay. And when you have that, you're able to have fun with it, because that's where she was like, yeah, no need to verbalize. I just internalize inner conversation. And he turns right back around. Of course. No need to overcomplicate the shit. No need to overcomplicate it. So that's what I do for you, Gypsy. Okie dokie. Okay. So back to you, Sandy, before I move on. You can't be surprised that she doesn't believe you. Do you? But here's the thing, is you need to butt out. You need to butt out. I have another client that sabotaged her own relationship because she insisted on meddling between him and gutter trash. I mean, got on the phone with her like a mediator. Her boyfriend was right there and was trying to talk to her and all that, and sabotaged her own fucking relationship, where he was like, I don't think this is a thing. Like, this is not going to work. When if she wouldn't have done that, everything was going in the right direction. He had confirmed to her, like, gutter trash is done. Like, it's not a thing. She refused to drop it. She insisted on talking to this girl because the girl called her in her defense. But she didn't have to answer or engage. She did. And then it was like a mediation shit. And then to the boy, where I said, your boyfriend does not want drama and chaos. And if you're going to bring drama and chaos, he's solid on that shit. Okay. And so that's what you're doing, is you're bringing chaos in his life. And so you have to ask yourself, does revenge outweigh the benefit? You know what I'm saying? This isn't going to go good. Regardless of how you slice it, this is not going to go good because she blocked you. How the fuck do you plan to contact her? You going to go create you going to go create a fake profile and contact her? Do you care to guess which one of you is looking crazy? It isn't gutter trash. It's you. Okay? You'd be the one looking crazy. And that's not what you want. So focus on you and fucking SB. Okay? Okay? If she doesn't want to believe you, well, then that's fucking on her. Then don't believe it, you know? And I'll keep my comments on why she doesn't believe you to myself. But there's a reason she doesn't believe you. So you just need to, let it die. Let it fucking die. But like I said, if you don't, please come back and report. Please come back and report. Because you'd be the first person in fucking history to have force in that 3D like that work out for your ass. MKD made a whole song with the merch sentences. Ooh, bestie, I cannot wait to hear it. I saw it come through. I want to hear it. Fuck yeah. I love that shit. That might be. Ooh, do I have to get you to sign a waiver? I think I'm supposed to do that. But I do because I'm getting back into recording long form next week. It's Tuesday. So happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And it falls on a Taco Tuesday. Winning on that front. So do you care to guess what I'm having for dinner? Tacos. Oh, that was funny because my boyfriend goes, I don't celebrate that holiday. I said, I know only the white people do, let's be honest. It's like St. Patrick's Day, right? Like, none of us are Irish, but we're down for the get down on St. Patty's Day. Oh man, I cracked myself up. Anyway, I'm having a good time today. Oh yeah, I'm making long form YouTube content again. So I will start dropping more long form YouTube content because some of the stuff I can't cover in 5 to 7 fucking minutes on TikTok. I like to elaborate. So I'm going to be doing that. But I would love MKD to use that song as my intro because I have an intro and outro. Yeah, because we're getting all professional around here and shit. But I'd love to use that. I think it'd be great. We're in no contact, but I have a hard time getting into the right headspace for manifestation. Okay, Christian. So okay, first of all, you're always manifesting. So you're in a headspace regardless. You're still manifesting regardless of what headspace you're in. Okay. But you honestly have to look at it from a what do you want standpoint. What do I want? Do I want to be with my SP? If the answer to that is yes, then you know what? I'm going to get in the right fucking headspace by dropping the old shit and only focusing on the good memories. You would get in the right headspace if you focused on the good memories that you guys shared together, all the things that they told you about how they felt about you, about your relationship. If you only went down that memory lane, right? Your relationship, if you were to go back in time, is like a fork in the fucking road. You have 2 lanes you can travel down. You can travel down fucking the hills have eyes lane, right? A nightmare. Or you can travel down a fucking fairy tale lane. You have a choice. But most of you guys find it so easy to freaking travel down Nightmare on Elm Street versus Yellow Brick fucking Road. But if you only travel down, like, there's nothing wrong with going an old story. There's nothing wrong with that at all, because that's what makes it real for you, is to hold on to the memories, right? Because that's the stupidest saying. Like, if a relative passes away, that you shouldn't think about the old story anymore. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? That's not wrong. But why go down Nightmare on Elm Street when you should be going down only the Yellow fucking Brick Road? Because if you went down the Yellow Brick Road only, how do you not get in the right headspace? The only reason why you're not in the right headspace is because you're coming from a place of wanting and needing to be with SP versus I'm going to reminisce and focus my inner conversations on what I want. Perfect relationship, great relationship, happy ending, instead of nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Oh, good, Desiree. I'm looking forward to working with you. Now, make sure that if you were not able to schedule your call, make sure that you DM me to get that call scheduled. I love you too, Maricel, girlfriend. Oh man, I just keep seeing it. Sandy's comments come across. Hey, kitty cat. Oh man, you crack me up. What about a no contact situation? Okay, Christian. So if you're in a no contact situation, you need to focus on the fact you drop no contact. Okay, don't even acknowledge the fact you're in no contact, and instead your inner conversation should be more focused on as if you were in contact. Okay, because it's natural for you. So this is not the same as affirming. Okay, let me repeat again. Inner conversations and affirmations are not the same. Okay, affirmations is robotic. Same words, same words, same words. Inner conversations are like having a fucking phone call with 10 different people. It's 10 different deliveries said 10 different ways. It's a conversation, not an affirmation. So when you're having an inner conversation, it's a natural discussion with yourself. Like if you were fucking talking to yourself, right? Let's not lie to ourselves. We always talk to ourselves, right? So it's the same thing. You're not like, hold on, let me get my script out real quick before I fucking talk to myself, right? You don't do that. You just talk to be talking. But that's why it manifests quickly. It manifests more quickly when you talk to be talking, because you don't give it a second thought. You're just talking. And so when you just talk and you don't dwell, because you're not dwelling on it. You're not dwelling on it, right? It's not like you have a phone call with your bestie and you're talking about how great everything is. And then you hang up and you're panicked, and can't stop thinking about, and obsessing over it. You don't do that. You hang up the phone and then you go about your day. Okay, same thing. This is why it manifests quickly, because you're not suffocating it. You're not putting any resistance on there. You're just saying it as if no contact has been broken. So like I just said earlier, if you were to open up your phone right now, Christian, and your SP pops up on your phone and sends you a text right now, what kind of conversation would you be having with yourself? If your bestie called you on the phone right now and was like, "Hey, have you talked to your SP?" If you were texting him right now, what would you be saying to your bestie on the phone? That's your inner conversation. It's not no contact, because either way, you're having an inner conversation with yourself. So either you're focused on no contact and you haven't heard from them, or poor tense, what the fuck did you say? I'm going to get to you, bitch. Or you're focused on contact, okay? It's manifest. What ups? Okay, some coach on here, said he's always texting. Affirmation is a state of desperation. How is that a state of desperation? How is that a state of desperation? Okay, so if you and your SP were talking all day long, okay? If you and your SP were talking all day long, and your bestie calls you up and is like, "Hey, like, how are you and SP doing?" You're like, "Girl, we talk all day." That's desperation. That's fact. That's not desperation. That's fact. Okay. He's always calling and texting me is a fact. That's not a desperation. Now, desperation would be like, I really need him to text me right now. Like, I really need him to text me right now. Then that's desperation. Okay. But stating that they're always texting you is a fucking fact. It's a declaration, not a desperation. I'd have asked him, okay, well, then how would you reword that? Challenge people. Challenge people. If they know what they're talking about, then say, okay, so instead of saying he's always texting, how would you word that so it's not desperation? What the fuck would he have said? Because that's not desperation. You know, if your boyfriend was out of town, right? If your boyfriend was out of town right now, and you guys were talking throughout the day, wouldn't your inner conversations be like, oh yeah, we text all day? That's a fact. That's not desperation. Right? Now, if you were like on your phone and your inner conversations with your bestie, or you were talking to your bestie and you were like, no, we're not talking, but I really, really need him to talk to me. Like, I really need him to text me right now. I cannot breathe if he doesn't text me. Like, I can't even sleep because we're not talking and I just really need him to text me. Then yeah, that's desperation. But saying that he's always texting is not desperation. It's called a fucking affirmation. Because what's the opposite? If you don't say that, what's the opposite? We're in no contact. He doesn't talk to me at all. You know what I'm saying? These people just come up with the shit. Desperation. Okay, well then, you know what? Then I was desperate as fuck, but guess what? I got my shit. We were always calling and he was always calling and texting me. And so I guess if it was based on his logic, if that was true, well, then I guess desperation manifests. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess. It's like, that's like saying he wants to marry me is desperation. No. That's what you want. It's not desperation. Desperation is you getting on bended knee and fucking groveling. Please marry me. Please marry me. Please marry me. But saying he wants to marry me is not desperation. That's a fact. So look at it that way. It's manifest. The guy doesn't know. That person doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. Morning. Well, good morning. Pretty poisonous. Are you pretty poisonous though? How do we manifest money and good luck? Okay, so if you want to manifest good luck, then you need to embody what they call lucky girl syndrome. Okay. Lucky girl syndrome is where you basically have inner conversations with yourself, or affirmations, however the fuck you want to put this one, where it would be like, yeah, I'm lucky. I win everything. I literally get anything I want. You have to embody a spoiled ass mentality. Okay. To be lucky girl syndrome. Okay. Is you just have to act like you're a spoiled ass bitch. I get what I want. I get it when I want it. Like, I'm so lucky. I win everything. I literally win everything. I get anything that I want. Like, that's your inner conversations when it comes to luck. Now, manifesting money is, oh, see it, Desiree. Now, manifesting money is where you have to ask yourself this. If I was to open up my bank account right now and see 100 grand staring back at me right now, what kind of thoughts would I have? I don't think you'd be like, shit, money is fucking tight. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I don't even know how I'm going to pay my fucking bills this month. You wouldn't be thinking that way, right? If you opened up your bank account and there was a shit ton of money staring back at you, you'd be like, damn, I have plenty of money. Like, I can literally do whatever I want. I have plenty of fucking money. Like, I can buy whatever I want. I can go wherever I want. Like, life is good. That needs to be your inner conversations when it comes to money. But the key is to not react. You have to do what you need to do in the real world, but you can't react because your subconscious mind doesn't know what you're looking at. So if you're opening up your bank account and there's $20 staring back at you, you can't tell yourself that because your subconscious mind doesn't know that. So instead, you open up that bank account, there's $20 staring back at you. That's not what you see. Your conversation goes like, damn, I got a shit ton of money. Like, hell yeah. I got plenty of fucking money. Money just comes to me from everywhere. Like, I have 100 grand in the bank right now. That's what you see. Okay. So it requires discipline in your mind. that anytime the thought about money pops up, that you don't acknowledge the lack. Okay, you cannot be broke and have rich thoughts. You cannot be rich and have broke thoughts. So you can't acknowledge the lack when it comes to money. Instead, you turn it around and only acknowledge abundance. And there's like a million different things you can say when it comes to money, but that's the key, is to not pay attention to the bank account number and tell yourself that you're broke. You can't tell yourself that. Like, and there's all kinds of things. There's all kinds of problems when it comes to money. Like, I can't save money. Well, if you're going to tell yourself that, that's going to be true over and over and over again. Doesn't matter how much money you get. Okay, so this is where a lot of people will look forward to tax return time. Tax return comes, and then 30 days later, what are they? It's like as if the tax return never was there. They still don't have any money because they have the assumption that they can't save money. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have that assumption. That's what you tell yourself. It doesn't matter how much money you wind up with. I can cut you a check right now for 100 grand. That shit will be gone real quick because you can't save money. Okay, so you have to look at, this is where I tell you guys when it comes to SP or anything, is do you have counter assumptions? Meaning that they don't go together. Okay, your assumptions need to be aligned. You need to be in alignment with your assumptions, because if not, then this is where like money is a good one. So it's like you're affirming for money. You're creating the assumption that you have a lot of money, but you also have the assumption that you can't save money. They don't go together. They don't go together. So you can get a shit ton of money, because I've worked with entrepreneur clients. I worked with a lot of entrepreneur clients that they were like that, where they would make a shit ton of money. They'd make a shit ton of money, but then they'd be like, I don't know where it all goes. Like, I don't know where it goes. Because I made, I had a client who made 900 grand last year. She didn't have shit. She didn't have shit. And they're like, and I was like, she goes, I don't know where the money goes. Yeah, because she has the assumption that she can't save money. Poor temps. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, seriously, what are you talking about? If someone, is this what you were talking about? If someone manifests for me being ugly and you can feel it working, how the fuck do you feel it working? Honestly. That's impossible. It's impossible. Like, what are you doing? Like, when you said this, it reminds me. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. When you said this, it reminds me of the movie Minority Report. Okay. Have you ever seen Minority Report? It's with Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise takes this injection that morphs his face so that he can go in and infiltrate and nobody would recognize him. Pretty sure that's a fucking movie. Yeah, that's a movie. Okay. That's what this statement reminds me of. Like, as if you're literally standing there in front of the mirror and you're just seeing your face morph into what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, no. Okay, first of all, someone would have to actually consciously manifest your looks against you. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That makes poor Tess, man. Man, you guys are coming with the comments today. You guys are making my fucking day. You guys are making my day. Because that's the stupidest thing I ever heard, poor Tess. Knock it off. Knock it off. Okay? Like, someone could be like, that bitch is fucking ugly. That doesn't mean the bitch is going to turn ugly. Just because you say someone's ugly doesn't mean she's going to turn ugly. Okay? Just because you're like, that bitch is fat doesn't mean she's just going to all of a sudden blow up like a balloon. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. They would have to be consciously manifesting against you. But you win in your reality. Okay? So all you do is tell yourself how fucking perfect you are. Poor times, you are not doing what the hell I have told you to do. You are not doing what I told you to do. Drop the what if they hate me bullshit. Everybody loves you. Every fucking body loves you. They're your number one fans. Everybody loves you. And I'm the most beautiful being that ever walked this fucking earth. That's what you need to tell yourself. You need to understand that things that you're doing are right in your life. That's why you have what people call haters. I tell you, anytime someone wants to make a comment about you and your appearance, because that's usually the only thing people come for when it comes to, especially women, the only thing people come for is the appearance. But all that means is that they're insecure within themselves. That's all that means. They're perceiving, they have insecurities within themselves, so they are pushing it onto other people. Which is why there will be people that will know nothing about anybody, right? Kids are like a prime example of this. They don't know anybody. Like, okay, so we were at Disneyland, and after Disneyland, this is when my daughter was like really young, okay? When kids have no filter at all and don't know what feelings are. Thanks, user 478, and thanks, Betty. Like where they don't know what feelings are. Okay. Or someone else's feelings. And we're sitting there eating. And this lady walks by to go to the bathroom. I think we're at like IHOP or something. And my daughter, she goes, dang, she's big. And I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, we don't talk like that about people, right? But she didn't know her from Adam. She didn't know anything about her. And most people, this is the problem with the internet. Is they don't know, this is why cyberbullying is a thing, is they don't know anything about you. So all they can do is attack your appearance. But the only reason they're doing that and have an opinion about you is because you're obviously doing something right. They're jealous because something is wrong in their own life. So they want to project it onto you. That's the only reason they do that. No confident bitch in the world walks around just shitting all over everybody else. No confident woman does that. No confident, secure woman within herself will go and be like, she's old as fuck. Oh yeah, well, you know what? She's ugly. She's this. She's that. No one would need to do that. Confident, secure women don't need to shit on someone else to make themselves feel better. They don't need to do that. In fact, confident, secure women love on other people that society may not think is up to par beauty-wise with that person. They don't give a shit. They're the nicest people in the world to those people. Why? Because they don't have to shit on them to make themselves feel better. That's the only reason why people do that, is to make themselves feel better. So you need to knock the shit off. Knock it off. No one is manifesting you being ugly. No one is doing that. Okay, like I said, if that was the case, then every bitch in this world would be fucking ugly. Kim Kardashian, oh, she'd be the ugliest bitch in the planet if everyone could just manifest against her, okay? But it's how you see yourself. That's what's manifesting, okay? Because like I said, the Kardashian, right? Kim Kardashian, people shit all over her till the wheels fall off. Look at Britney Spears, okay? People crap all over her. They just can't wait to crap all over Britney Spears. You know, but it's how you see yourself that is manifesting. No one's going to sit there and make a comment about your looks and be like, I'm manifesting you being ugly, and then you're going to just morph into ugliness. That's not how that works. Okay, but if you don't see yourself as beautiful, then all you see is flaws when you look in the mirror. That's all that is. It's a security within yourself. And poor Tabs, I'm not going to tell you this fucking again. I've seen you on camera. There's nothing ugly about you, bitch. There's nothing ugly about you. In fact, the people that are claiming that they're working against you, in my opinion, they're obviously very ugly, not you. So I need you to seriously knock it off, because that literally reminded me of that Minority Report thing. You cannot feel the shit working. But Fortes, I fucking love you, bitch. You guys be coming up. You guys be coming up with the shit. Lisa, you know why you're not sad that he recited and acted out your exact thoughts and scenarios? Because you know that man coming back, and he's going to come back better than ever before. Yeah, that's right. He can come back better than ever before because he's going to conform, and he's conforming fucking now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're his dream woman. That man can't even breathe without you. Ooh, but that other coach might think that that sounds like desperation. Affirmation. Let's clarify this. Affirmations are not like, there's no right or wrong way to word an affirmation. The only thing I suggest is that you don't word affirmations as in future tense, unless it's we're getting back together, because you can't get on board in your mind with you already being together. Okay. But most of them should not be future tense. They should imply that it's happening now. Right. But there's no right or wrong way to word an affirmation. There's not. Can they be refined and tweaked? Yeah. Because should they contain movement? Yes. But it's not the affirmations are never worded as desperation. Okay. Or anything, or a lack or anything, as long as it's focused on you having it. Okay. The affirmations themselves are not worded that way. Now, your mentality going into it and the way that you're perceiving this could come as lack or desperation. But the affirmation itself is not worded in desperation or lack. How the fuck do you word how the hell do you word an affirmation in desperation? No. It's the position you're coming from that is desperation or lack. It isn't the goddamn fucking words. That's fucking stupid. What are people out here talking about? Like, for me, this is common sense, right? This is common sense. See, this is why I have no filter. I don't have any filter. And so this is why I refuse to watch manifestation videos. I cannot watch them on TikTok. I cannot watch them on YouTube. I cannot watch them at all. Why? Because I will fucking comment. I will comment. And maybe I should do that. Because I will challenge them and see if they have the nerve to respond to the comment. Maybe I should do that. It's a good ass idea. To start challenging them, right? Because there's a lot of fucking trash on the internet. So if you want to be bold and make stupid ass little statements that are not true, and you want to get people confused, then maybe I'll challenge what you have to say in your video. And drop a comment and see if they have the nerve to comment back. And then we can continue the conversation, but at least their audience will know what's true and what's not true. You know what I'm saying? Same with YouTube videos. The only reason why I don't watch that shit on YouTube is because I can't stand the fucking comments. I can't stand the comments. It's because it's like people watch the video but don't watch the video, because then they drop a comment as if they never watched the video, and that's fucking annoying. And that's so annoying. Sounds like it worked. They're like, what did you do? Motherfucker, they did what's in the video. What are you talking about? They commented on the video, so obviously they did what's in the video. Yeah. What did you say? 55,000 people could say they manifested their SPs back. Again, manifesting an SP is not the same as manifesting an X back, okay? It's not the same. So they can say that they all manifested their SPs back. You can go ahead and ask all 55,000 people, what did you say? Do you know what response you're going to get? 55,000 different answers. You're going to get 55,000 different affirmations too. Do you know which one was right? 100% of them. 100% of them. There's not a right or wrong way. But you guys get so stuck in the minutia fucking details where, like, the shit's stupid. Why the fuck is my mom asking me? No, I'm not responding. It's called a boundary. She's like, what's the girls' plans after school? I don't know. They all have cell phones. Ask them. Ask them. And it doesn't matter. Because I'm petty. If you don't respond to my text, I ain't responding to yours. But that's where you guys have to understand. Okay? Why is Cinco de Mayo the greatest holiday manifesto? And did I miss it's manifest? And did I miss something? I know, Angela, that's what my boyfriend said. I was like, I know, but I do with tacos. I omit the tequila. Not a tequila fan. The only time tequila ever tastes good is when I'm in Mexico. Oh, man. Oh, okay. I have to go to the bathroom soon, so the coffee's running through me. That's what happens when I drink my coffee early. I had a team meeting this morning, guys. My team interrupted something I was doing, but that was all right. Took a little break. I'm telling you, I really admire people that are like fucking Gumby. Okay. Remember Gumby? That was the stupidest show in the world. Yeah, baby. I had to go for round 2 after. Oh, man. Okay. What do you advise to manifest instantly? Okay, Rimu. So a manifestation is not a long process. It depends. First of all, it depends on what you're trying to manifest instantly. But manifestation is instant. It's not a long, drawn out process. It's not. Which is why some people will manifest a text message instantly. Other people will take them fucking months. They're doing the exact same thing. Okay? Technique-wise, if you will. Right? Where some people will manifest being in a whole relationship with their SP within less than a week. Other people will take them years. Okay? So there's, the only difference is that's because they're wavering a lot. They're wavering a lot. They're checking the 3D. They're reacting to everything under the fucking sun. They're focused on current reality instead of what they fucking want and creating their reality. They're focused on all the wrong shit. And so because of that, it stalls and delays manifestation because they just get in their own head about every fucking thing. Like everything. I mean, I'm telling you guys, some of the questions I get asked, I'm like, you're like too in the weeds. Okay? Like, you're just like, you're too in the, like you're too in the research phase where it's like, okay, I just need to know all the ins and outs, all the intricate details. And once I know all the intricate details, then I'll get the shit. No. Okay. Manifestation could be very instant if you focus. Okay. Which means you don't waver. You decide what you want. Okay. Because that's the whole just decide is they say just decide that you have it. No. Okay. The just decide, what they should be saying is just decide that this is what I want and I'm going to get it. That's what you need to decide. It's unrealistic to just decide that you're married when you're in no contact. What? How do you just decide that? No, just decide that you and your SP are getting back together, and that's all I need to fucking know. So, because I know this for a fact, that's all I need to know. So I'm not going to waver. I'm going to stay the path, and I'm going to focus, and I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm going to keep it real simple. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Sorry, my mom is like wanting this whole fucking tech shit about the girls. And I'm like, they're taking state testing right now. You can't text them. They're on the state testing. And if my daughter gets in trouble, then I'm going to kick my mom's ass. Okay, Ashley. Jen, if I need help with leverage after we talked a few months ago, where do I ask in WhatsApp? Yes. You can do it in Jen, I need your help. In the WhatsApp, yeah, for anything that you're looking to leverage, okay? Because I think it's a rocking ass good time. Do you understand how much fun manifestation starts becoming when you start getting really good at finding all the things to leverage to work in your favor? See, I'll make a video about that too. I need to write this shit down. I need to just have a pen and paper that I keep right here and write the shit down. Because it is about leveraging but no one talks about that shit. No one talks about it. Ignore your 3D. Why do you need to ignore it when you can leverage? That's what it's about. Be petty. Why are some coaches making affirming so confusing and frustrating for all? Yeah, good. That's a good question, Nina, because they have to have content to talk about. they have to have content to come up with. So they try to overcomplicate the shit. And so then everyone's like, well, how do I word this? How do I say this? How do you fucking talk? That's how you say it. That's how you say it. I cuss. It's not a mystery. So how do I word my affirmations? Like, yeah, he's fucking obsessed with me. Yeah, that's how I word it. Why? Because that's how I talk. That's how I talk. So that's how I word my affirmations. Now, maybe you're not that person. Maybe you're a little more mild and meek. That's fine. So how would you say it? Like, he is like freaking in love with me. He is so obsessed with me. Like, if that's how you talk, then that's how you talk. That's how you word your affirmation. Whatever's going to be natural for you. Whatever's going to be natural for you and the way that you would actually speak. Because why do inner conversations, this is my challenge for all of you, is take your affirmations and I want you to word them in the way that you would actually say them. Okay? Because think, why do inner conversations push out quickly? Because it's a natural conversation you're having with yourself, right? It's something that you're saying naturally. It's natural to you. Well, what the fuck makes you think affirmations are any different? They shouldn't be any different. Word it in a way that you would talk because that's natural to you. So if you speak French, then why are you saying affirmations in English? Say it in French, right? If you are very blunt and bold, then that's how you, what up, Convicted Chaos? Then that's how your affirmations should be worded. How you would speak. Not how I would speak or how someone else would speak. I told you guys, that's what used to annoy me when I would talk to my mom. She goes, well, I wish you would have said it like this. Okay, well, maybe you say it like that, but I don't talk like that. So why would I have said it like that? That makes no sense. Okay? So when you come from that position, you're gold, baby. You're gold. But I don't know why you know why? Because everyone tries to come up with a name for themselves. So when it comes to affirming, they'll be like, you need to affirm like this. You need to do the 10,000 affirmation challenge. What the fuck is a 10,000 affirmation challenge? Do you know how long every day you'd have to affirm for 10,000? And then how the fuck do you know if you're at 10,000? I mean, are you tallying this shit up? The only thing I would ever tally up is when I would do stomach crunches because I felt accomplished. I said when I used to do stomach crunches. Although I'm going to start doing them again. I have to take aligned action. Oh, man. Valeria, I am great. How are you, sister? It's only confusing because you're listening to other coaches. That's right, Whiplash. I'll send you your referral check in the mail. And Jen only. You know why? Because I could be biased. Obviously, I'm biased. But because I give you realistic advice. I don't need to sit there and make some shit up, overcomplicate the shit. I don't need to do that. I'm like, don't do shit. Don't do anything, right? Yesterday was don't question shit Monday. Don't question shit Monday, right? Just do. That's all you got to do. Just do. Just be. And focus on the things that manifested your, shit in the first place. Yeah, raw. I will reply to your message if it's here on TikTok. Yes, if you can send another one, sweet. Because I couldn't find Laura, but then all of a sudden today she popped up. Okay, JC, how do you rampage for SP? So rampaging for an SP, I don't know why they call it a rampage. I don't, because when I think rampage, I think like, you motherfucker! You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I would imagine a rampage. Because the same people that are like rampage for SPs are the ones that also create rampage videos where you're yelling and checking people. I don't know. Anyway, basically you would take 12, it could be any set of affirmations, right? You would take like 10 to 15, maybe 20 affirmations and you chunk them all together. So you go on a rant, basically. So it should be called a rant, not a rampage. But anyway. You go on a rant. So this isn't so it'd be something like, let's say your affirmations are, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Okay. Let's say those are that. So then your rampage includes those 5 affirmations, but then extends on them. So it goes into the minutia details. Okay. So it'd be something like, for me, it would have been something like, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He texts me good morning every single day. Like, he is constantly spending time with me. He's always taking me on dates. He's constantly talking. Every day he talks about our future together. Like, he cannot imagine his life without me in it. Like, he wants to live with me. He wants to marry me. He wants to be with me forever. That's the rampage. Okay. So it extends. It goes in like it's a brief story mode, if you will, where it's about, like I said, anything from 10 to 20 affirmations. And then you only say it, like when I would do my rampage, I would write it down. I wrote it down on a notepad on my phone, and I would say it like maybe 2 times a day. Thanks, Nicole, girlfriend. I would say like maybe 2, 3 times max a day, but probably only like 1 to 2 times a day. But what's cool is because, again, this is why affirming is designed to create assumptions, but is not the be all holy grail of manifesting your SP back. It's not. It's not the holy grail of anything, to be quite frank. It's all about putting yourself in the state of having what you want and identifying as a person that has what you want. So when you do the rampage, because you're only doing it like a couple times a day and you're not thinking about it all day long, they all of a sudden start doing the things in your rampage. Okay. So like an example was, like I told you, it was, I said, he texts me good morning every single day. Okay. So he would start texting me good morning every day. It would be like 2 p.m. And I knew he was awake many hours. I knew he was awake like 5 hours before that. But he would text me good morning at like 2 p.m., 12 p.m. Good morning. That's how I knew it was my affirmation. And then, there was a time when he was having a conversation with somebody, he goes, I'm never going to not talk to her. Like, she's going to be in my life forever. I'm never going to stop talking to her. He can't imagine his life without me in it. Okay. So it's things like that where all of a sudden they start doing the things in a rampage. Why? Because you're not suffocating the shit. Okay. You need to look at it this way. Affirmations are simply a thought distraction. Look at it like that. Affirmations are simply a thought distraction. That's all it is. Okay. It's like, if I'm going to think about something throughout the day, then I may as well think about what I want, my affirmations. Okay. But it's nothing but a thought distraction. But this is why inner conversations push out really quickly. This is why when you do the things in your rampage, things will push out, they'll start to conform to the things in your rampage. Why? Those are the 2 things you're doing the least of. Because you're not suffocating it. Because you're not thinking about it all day long. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to do the things in your affirmations. That's not true. But they will do the thing. That's where I said you have to diversify the portfolio, if you will. Is why put all your eggs in one basket when we can have 3 different things, when we can leverage all 3 things, because we know what manifest. Our thoughts, that's where we replace thoughts with affirmations. Our inner conversations, which is why we control our inner conversations, right? Those are the 2 main things that are manifesting. Did I say 3? Yeah, 2. Those are the 2 main things that are, and the words coming out of your mouth, the things that you speak about. Okay. So those are the 3 things that manifest: thoughts, what you speak about, and your inner conversations. So you control your inner conversations by only focusing in we leverage inner conversations. Okay. So we create inner conversations that serve us a benefit instead of letting them run on autopilot. Then thoughts, we replace our thoughts with affirmations. So therefore we're controlling our thoughts and taking control of our thoughts instead of thoughts running on autopilot like they have been. And then the words coming out of our mouth. So this is why I say you pay attention to the words coming out of your mouth, but I have a little rash there. Thoughts, like you pay attention to the words coming out of your mouth, but this is where you also randomly throw shit out there. Because what you speak about, you bring about. Okay. So if you randomly throw shit out there, like just say something like just something random, and then you don't think about it again, it manifests. Somebody just posted in our success stories today that there were like 2 or 3 things that they threw out there. I think it was Priya. There were 2 or 3 things that they just said, didn't even think about it again, never even thought about it again. And then next day, boom, here it is. That's why we leverage. If we know that those are the three main components, and I don't give a fuck what anyone else on TikTok or YouTube tells you. They're fucking full of shit. Those are the three things that manifest. Because those are the same people that are saying that you've been manifesting your entire life. That's why they call it conscious creation, okay? You've been manifesting your entire life. Okay, so if my thoughts don't manifest, if the words that I'm saying don't manifest, and my inner conversations don't manifest, then what the fuck has been manifesting my entire life? Because last time I checked, I wasn't just deciding that I needed, that me and my boyfriend were not going to be together. Like, I'm just going to, you know what? I'm just going to decide that I want to break up. In my mind, though. You weren't just deciding this shit. You weren't acting as if you were single as a Pringle, were you? No, you weren't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you weren't just living in the end of breakup, were you? Like, you were just sitting there riding through the roads of your relationship, like the breakup's coming eventually. I've decided. And I'm going to start acting as if, and I'm going to live in the end of breakup. Were you? No. So then, logically speaking, what the fuck is manifesting then? If we've been manifesting our whole life. The three things I just told you. So those three things we leverage and we control. Therefore, you control your outcomes. Come on, guys. Come on, creators. Come on, creators. Stop giving trash out there. Stop teaching trash out there. Okay, all right. I'm getting to these questions. Jesus Christ. When I wake up, first thing I say, I'm the luckiest girl in the world. That's right. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I believe in manifestation. I used it a lot in the past, but now I need hope, not only for SP, for life. Okay, my apari. You don't need hope. You don't need hope, okay? Because hoping is implying, like, think about when do we use the word hope in context, right? In context, you say like, yeah, I really hope I get this promotion, which means you don't think you will, right? That's why you're hoping you get it, right? Yeah, I really hope that I meet someone soon, which means that you're single. So that's why you're hoping you get in a relationship, right? Is when do we use the word hope in context in our language? So you don't need hope, okay? What you need is a desire for something. Like, this is what I want, and I'm going to get it. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Okay, this is what I want, and it is mine. Because if I can desire this, then it's supposed to be mine, so I'm going to have this. And I'm going to decide that. Okay? And so you need to diversify your inner conversations. If you need hope only for SP, but for life, start identifying yourself and telling yourself that you are living your dream life. Like, everything in your life is absolutely perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. Everything in my life is perfect. You know, it was funny. Last night, I sat down. Well, I said a lot, but I sat down to watch Netflix and eat my Thanksgiving sandwich. My friends were messaging me. They're like, last time I checked, whole turkeys aren't in season. I'm like, just because you don't have the plug on whole turkeys and you don't have the connect, that's not my problem. They were like, oh yeah, you got the turkey connect? I'm like, yeah, I got the turkey connect. And so I made a whole Thanksgiving sandwich last night. It was so fucking bomb. Dipped in gravy. And I don't even eat cranberry sauce, that shit. So you got a whole can of cranberry just so I could take one little scoop and use it like jelly on my fucking bread. And then I threw the can in the trash. I was like, job done. Because yes, I'm out of turkey. I may or may not have a shit ton in the past 2 days with stuffing and mash. Anyway, I digress. Okay, Bevy's here to keep me on track. And same with Patriot Vibes and MKT. Okay, so, but I was sitting there on the couch, and I was watching Netflix, and I was like, what should I affirm for now? So, like, you know, because I'm affirming for a next step with me and my boyfriend, right? But I'm like, but everything's, like I said, everything's great. Everything's really, really great. So do I keep that in check with my inner conversations? Yes, I keep my inner conversations in check. Okay. But I'm like, let's have fun. Let's manifest other shit. And I was like, hello, Jen, you're fucking BBL. We'll start there. But I started saying things like that too, is like, everything in my life is perfect. Start telling yourself that. Is everything in my life is perfect. Everything in my life is fucking perfect. I always get what I want. Everything always goes my way. Okay. Tell yourself that so you're not coming from hope for your SP. Hope is lack. It's a lack mentality. The money thing I've been doing for a long time. Who wouldn't be affirming for money? Shit. There you go, Bevy. We'll manifest a new house. Girl, we got to do it for both of us, girl. Hey, Red. Sometimes I can't help it but think it's BS. Well, Caddy Way. Okay, listen. You've been manifesting your whole life, okay? So you may think it's BS, but you can't stop it. Okay, you can't stop it, so you may as well learn to control it. Because whether you want to admit or not, you manifested your breakup perfectly, actually. You got exactly what you want without knowing it. I walk my people through every day on here. Well, I try to at least a couple times a week. I'm always walking you through what created your breakup. Because if I can get you to understand what created your breakup, then I can get you to understand that you can create your makeup. Okay, so if you want to hang out, I'll walk you through memory lane. Okay, but you manifested your breakup flawlessly, completely perfect. You got everything you wanted without knowing that you wanted it. You did. Based on your thoughts, the things that you were thinking. So, like I always tell people, prove it to yourself. Okay. You don't need to take anybody's word for it at all. Prove it to yourself by doing this one thing. This one thing is fun. There's no resistance to this. Okay. Which is what I always tell people if they're skeptics. Is I want you to pick somebody at random, somebody that you know or you don't know. It could be somewhere where you're going. It doesn't even matter. Okay, if you know where you're going, because somebody did this for, I think their spin class or yoga class, one of the two, some workout class. But pick someone at random. It could be a child of yours. It could be anybody. And I want you to tell yourself just a couple times that they're going to wear a certain color shirt. Maybe it's a boss. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's someone at your local fucking coffee shop. Anywhere where you go. And tell yourself a couple times that they're going to wear a certain color shirt. And then when you show up and they're wearing that color shirt, well, now you will have proven it to yourself that it's not BS. Okay. I made a video about that and somebody tried it on her nephew. And within minutes, he did exactly what she told him to do in her mind. Right. So that's all you have to do is pick someone at random. If you have a child, then just affirm couple times that your child does something and they will do it. And then you will know. Then you will know that it's not bullshit. And then you can come back, let us know that you're convinced now it's not BS. And then we can get your shit. Okay? Oh, that's why. That's why you think it's BS. Okay. Because you've been at this for years and your life is chaotic. Your life is chaotic because that is you're in problem state. Okay. Everything's a state. So if you're in problem state, this is why your life is chaotic because your subconscious mind will continue to come up with problems for you. Okay. So these are where the sayings come from. When it rains, it pours. If it's not one thing, it's another. Okay. Because you're in problem state. And as long as you stay in that state, your life continues to go down the toilet. Okay. Which is why most people will not make a change until they hit rock bottom. Okay. Because their life spun out of control because they were in problem state. Everything's going wrong state. Versus if you were to sit there and start telling yourself the opposite, like everything in my life is perfect. I always get what I want. Everything always works out in my favor. Everything always goes my way. Everything always goes my way. Then you go in And you're shifting out of problem state into I get what I want state, right? Everything always goes my way state. And now you'll start to see your life turn around. No more effort involved. You won't have to do anything different. Okay. But if you will start telling yourself and controlling the narrative instead of viewing the chaos in your life and start telling yourself the opposite, then you will start to see things going your way, things working out in your favor, things in your life turning around. But it cannot turn around if you don't get out of problem state. So you have to get yourself out of problem state. And then things will start to fucking work in your favor, girl. Come on. We don't give up around here. We don't quit around here, bitch. Quitting's for losers. We don't quit. Okay? Because here's the thing. Your life is chaotic because you created the chaos in your life, even if you're not aware of it. Typically, we're not aware of it, okay? Which is why we come across manifestation. Like, no one has a perfect relationship. It's like, how to manifest an SP? You know what I'm saying? It's typically not how that works, okay? So that's why. But then now you're trying to make the change. But you have to be consistent, and that's the problem. That's the problem, is you're not consistent, is you're reacting to the 3D over and over and over again, instead of focusing on what it is that you want and telling a different story. If you don't change the narrative, because you have to remember your life is your movie, okay? You're the director of your own movie. So what role are you giving yourself? One that struggles? One that's constantly doesn't get shit that she wants, that's life is topsy-turvy, that's going down the toilet? Or do you want to create the life that you want by stepping into the person who has what you want? That's all you have to do. And you don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe it. You just have to keep telling yourself something different instead of what is currently here. Because if you keep acknowledging what is currently here and staying in that state, nothing's going to change, which is why you've been trying for years and ain't shit happening. That's why. Because you are constantly reacting to what's currently going on in your life instead of what you want. All right? Sorry, guys, I go on tangents and I do have to pee. Okay, red. So your situation has backslid. My emotions are high. Okay. The reason why your situation has backslid, and first of all, don't worry about your emotions, but the reason why it backslid is because so many times you get what you want and then you move on. You just stop doing. But you haven't evolved yet. So your way of thinking is still, this is a trained muscle, something that you have to continuously work at. So your way of thinking is still the same. So they come back around, everything seems to be going great, but then you revert back to old patterns, old habits, if you will, that ran your relationship the first time. So it slides back. But that's okay. That's okay. Slide it fucking forward. Slingshot that shit. You slid back. Now let it go and let it sling forward. Okay? Okay? But this time, learn from it, right? This is where history repeats itself. That's where that saying comes from. It's not history repeating itself. It's you keep repeating the same patterns. Therefore, history repeats itself over and over and over again. No, we need to dead that. So if you find yourself reverting back, no, break the pattern, break the pattern, break the pattern, break the pattern. Okay? That's what my client did when he was like, you want to go on a date this weekend? She found herself on Friday being like, what if we don't go? But then she's like, no, get a grip. I love how you guys have inner conversations like that with yourselves now. She's like, no, get a grip. We're going. And she persisted because that was her chance to break the pattern. Okay. She broke the pattern and they had a great date. Okay. So you have to break the pattern. It's up to you, my friend. But come on, Red. Don't give up. We don't quit around here. That's right, poor Thames. That's right, bitch. They're hella jealous. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? That's because you're a change maker, bitch. Alrighty. Let's see here. He broke up because he wanted to be merchant captain equals more distance. Huh? I'm so confused what you mean by that, Georgina. I don't know what a merchant captain is, first and foremost. But he broke up because he wants to be a merchant captain equals more distance. My guess is that when I don't think he just woke up one day and said that that's what he wants to be. But I think I'm willing to guess that he has been talking about that for a little bit of time, like entertaining it, thinking that that's what he wanted to do. You viewed the fact that distance was going to become a problem you may not have thought distance would be a problem, but you might have been like, it's kind of like your boyfriend relocating his job and you go from living next door to like 5 hours away and you're like, ugh. Like when I'm never going to see him, like we're hardly going to see each other anymore. This, that, and the third, because you're focused on distance. So then he breaks up with you saying that that's because he wanted to be a merchant captain equals more distance. That's why he broke up with you, because you were viewing distance as now going to become an obstacle or challenging your relationship, which is why he said that. So you don't need to view that. People relocate all the time. Look at Cami Fines. Okay, Cami Fines here she flew 6,000 miles away to go see her SP. He was going to come see her in August. He's going to fly out to visit her in August. Well, he just told her that he's moving to be with her. So that's a circumstance, and the circumstance doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People are willing to uproot their life every freaking day. If he's willing to uproot his life to go be a merchant captain, then you know what? He's going to find out that he don't want to be a merchant captain. He's going to bring his little happy ass back home. That's what your inner conversation should be. Is it no? Actually, he's going to find out. He's going to decide that that is not the job for him. He actually doesn't want to do that anymore, and he wants to just stay home and find something local. That needs to be your inner conversations, and he will change his mind. Or you can choose to accept what he said. But if you accept it, it won't change. Elevated, you blocked him today. I got triggered. Okay, look. All right, look. Look. Why are you bitches getting triggered? Do you not listen to shit that goes on around here? There's no reason you should be reacting to shit. There's no reason you should be getting triggered. There's none of that shit that should be going on at all. Because again, how many times do I have to tell you this is your fucking problem? This is your problem in relationships in general. You get triggered by everything. You fucking react to all kinds of shit. And then you want to go and be a child about it and go cry and whine, moan and groan and cry in a fucking corner. Stop doing that shit, because let's say SP conforms tomorrow. Guess you're going to be right back into the same position you were in now, because you haven't evolved. You need to evolve, not them. You. That's what you need to do. They evolve when you decide they've evolved, right? And you recreate them to be the perfect person that you want for them and for you. Then they're evolving. But you need to evolve. Why the fuck? Because I can guarantee whatever you got triggered by was stupid as fuck. Whatever you reacted to, also stupid as fuck. Because you know why I know that? Because you created it. So what are you reacting to? What are you getting triggered by? You're the one selecting that version of your SP over and over and over and over and over again. And so you're going to react and get triggered, react and get triggered, react and get triggered. Who the fuck has time for that shit? Who has time for that? Arguing is exhausting. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to spend all this time being mad at my boyfriend when I could just love on him and enjoy the time? Why would I want to do that? That's fucking stupid. That's so stupid to react and get triggered like it's going out of fucking style. Because that tells me all I need to know, that you haven't changed. You are still running your life. You're still running your relationship the same way you ran it the first time. And I told you, you don't need a fucking crystal ball to figure out where that winds you up. Same place you were in the first time. Your relationship ends the exact same way it did the first time. Because you're not changing. This is not about your SP. This is about you stopping the patterns that have destroyed every single relationship you've ever been in. Because it's always been you. They don't know each other, but they all know you. So all you're doing is repeating the shit over and over again. Who the fuck has time for that? Who has time for that? You need to stop reacting. You need to stop getting triggered. when you have the power to change that. You have the power to evolve and to do things differently and have the best relationship ever versus getting pissed off at your SP every waking second you fucking get. That's so fucking stupid. That's so stupid. It's easy. It's like human nature would rather be angry and upset and walk around angry and upset all the fucking time than just be happy. That is fucking dumb. Who wants to live their life like that? Thanks, you fine girl. Who wants to live their fucking life like that? Who the hell wants to be in relationships like that? You're not on a child's fucking playground. This is your life. And it's time that you act like an adult. Unless you're 16, start acting like an adult. Because I told you, my 14-year-old daughter is more mature than you guys. She doesn't react to shit that she easily could react to. She doesn't get triggered by things. Because for what? For what? Do things differently. You need to evolve. You need to break the patterns. You need to start seeing the best in your SPs instead of insisting and persisting on the worst. Because either way, you're persisting in something. So why would you want to persist in the worst version of your SP when you can persist in the best? For what purpose? Because do you feel better at the end of the day? No, you don't. No, you don't. So grow up. What happens if you've been persisting and manifesting and he shows up, but not the version you want? Because Master Manifester, you are persisting and manifesting, but you're not persisting in the version of your SP that you want. You're not seeing only that version of your SP. And it could be that, or it could be that you're not actually clear on what it is that you want, right? So it's like, I want them to communicate better. Okay, but if you were to ask 10 people what communication is, it's very different for all 10 people. Their idea of great communication is very different. They're looking for different things. So if you're not clear on it, for him, like if you're seeing him as communicates everything with you, right? And for him checking in throughout the day could be communication. But you're like, that's not what I fucking want. Well, he doesn't know that. Okay, his form of communication, just like his love language, is different than yours. So this is where you get very into the details about what this means for you. Because if you're just selecting the version of your SP that cares about you, well, his idea of caring about you could be very different than what you actually want from him. Okay, and then if he's showing up, but not as the version that you want. The reason often for that is because I try to tell you guys, when they come back around, you'll get hot and cold behavior. Bits and pieces of old, bits and pieces of new, right? But if you're reacting to the old version every time it rears its fucking head, then that's the version that you're predominantly selecting. Versus, it's easy to select perfect boyfriend when everything's fucking great. And when it's not, it's real easy to select asshole version, right? But that's when the challenge comes in. That's where your chance to evolve comes in. So if you're not getting the version of your SP that you want, then you put on your investigative reporter hat and you listen to what the fuck he says. And you take mental notes so that you can change that, so that you can change it. Because what they're saying is always only feedback for you, okay? So hold your questions because I have to get through these, but I do need to seriously use the ladies' room. So we're going to do the exercises real quick. So you need to persist in only the version of your SP that you want, even when the version of him is not, like today, the version of him is not who you want. You must only see him as perfect boyfriend. Because he will turn it around. And then if he says things that you don't like as the old version or the one that you don't want, then you listen because it's all feedback for you. So you listen to what he's saying to listen and then say, okay, somewhere in my thoughts, based on what he said, somewhere in my thoughts, I'm going wrong here. And so what he said is a reflection. So, okay, I know where I went wrong here. Got that, right? And selecting only perfect version, no matter the version that's in front of your face. Okay. So you don't need to verbalize shit. You don't need to do any of that. You internalize. If he pisses you off, feel free to walk away. Cuss his whole ass out to yourself, pick yourself up, flip that shit real quick, and then proceed forward. Because if you'll do that, then you should see the version of that you want very quickly. Very quickly. But define and write it all down. Write it all down. Go in whole story mode about everything you want from this man. Everything that you want from this man. Because that's what you don't get. When you're in sync with your SP, it's not a long process. You can literally get them to do like anything. Like today, you see something, you're like, oh, you know what? I really don't like that. So I want to change that. You can literally get them to do the complete opposite tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. They wake up and all of a sudden, the things that you want, and you'll know because it's blatantly obvious. It's blatantly obvious because they were singing a whole nother tune or acting a whole nother way the day before. And now all of a sudden you're like, what else do I want? It's like being in a fucking candy store. Oh, there's gutter trash. Okay. He showed up with gutter trash, but I made him block her. And he did. He listened to me, but we were on bad terms. Okay, so Master Manifestor, this is where I tell everybody, this is where you shut the fuck up. People want a girlfriend. They don't want a mother or a therapist. Okay? They don't want to be told what to do. No one wants to be told what to do. No one likes it. If your SP was to be like, hey, you know what? I really don't like your fucking bestie right now. I want you to block her. How would you feel? Right? It's not the fact that they want you to block, but it's like, what are you telling me what to do? Okay. So because of that, you don't need to verbalize shit. You internalize. Okay. So you could have easily created the wedge and manifested gutter trash right about the scene. But just because he blocked her doesn't mean your job is done with gutter trash. No, it doesn't. Because as long as you are breathing life into gutter trash, it's up to you to dead that shit. And you'd be like, no, she's gone away. She's completely gone away. Anytime you think about her, she's gone away. Okay. But stop verbalizing. That's part of your problem, is you're verbalizing. And every time you verbalize, it's a command. Every time you verbalize to your SP, it's a command, and they pull back. Every time they pull back because you're verbalizing. But if you internalize, it's now their idea. And they're happy to do things that are their idea. Okay? Okay, now I will get back to these. You may have to drop them again. Sorry, guys. You may have to drop them again, but I gotta go to the ladies' fucking room. ASAP. All right? Can you forget what we did verbalize to? Yes, Nadine. Yes. They don't, if you select the new version. Oh, what, Marie? Down 8 pounds this week. What? Although my daughter, that, by the way, just so you know, that is no longer a pound sign. It's only a hashtag. My daughter came home from like first or second grade, and she's like, Mommy, what was your favorite hashtag when you were growing up? I said, we called that a pound sign. And I was giving her this password the other day. I said pound. She goes, you mean hashtag? I was like, what the fuck ever? No. I mean pound. That's a fucking symbol. It's not called hashtag. So, all right. So let's go ahead and do the cord cutting. I have to run through this bad boy. Okay? Yeah, life for chilling. I will tell you how to manifest as soon as I'm done with the 2 exercises we're about to do right now. Now, in case you are new here, well, you don't have to believe it, by the way. Fofo. Okay. In case you're new here, obviously I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know that sounds good. You just click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. So if you ever miss a live, I always post them on the tube of you. So you can always watch the replays there. Here, my goal is that you understand that you're in control of everything. And I teach you how to leverage everything to work in your favor, because following the laws, lame. And I also give you only realistic advice. Okay. I give you realistic advice. I bring logic into manifestation so that it makes sense to you. I only teach what I know. I don't watch YouTube videos and regurgitate information. I've done it. So because I've done it, I'm here to teach you how to do it. I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. I'm good at it. I've helped hundreds of people do the exact same thing. So I'm here to help you do the same. Okay. If you want me to manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one so we can figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, I am the low price leader in the coaching space. I refuse to raise my prices because I want to help as many people as possible, because that is my mission in life. So all links are in the bio. I've got a WhatsApp group, text coaching, all the fucking things. All links are in the bio. Okay. Okie dokie. So yes. Now we're going to do the cord cutting. Every day we do these 2 techniques on my live. And one of them is the energy clearing, which is what we're going to do now. This video is on my, sorry, my eyeball itches. These videos are on my TikTok page. Okay. So there's a trilogy of videos, 3 videos where I'm wearing a red shirt. It's the first of the 3 is this technique we're going to do. The second one we do is the photo method that is pinned to the top of my profile. And that's got like 42,000 views. So save those. I am going to re-record the one with 42,000 views because I added another spin on it. So I have to re-record. Okay. And if you're watching from YouTube, all links are in the description below, and head on over to fucking TikTok because we have a rockin' good time here. We're all family around here. Okay. Okay. Now I want you guys to get comfy, because this is about deading the old energy between you and SP, okay? Because look at it this way. Ever since you met your SP, it's like you put on a t-shirt and you have not taken it off since. So now what we're doing by clearing the old stale energy with SP is washing that shirt. So it's fresh and it's vibrant and it's new, okay? So you will, the way this works is they will feel a change. And it's not like a volt of, ooh, you know, when you cut the energy, no. But what's going to happen is you will pop into their mind. Okay. I did this with an ex of mine that I hadn't talked to in over 8 years. He called me within 72 hours. Okay. After this. So that's what this is for. You will pop into their mind, but this time, instead of them thinking about shit, they're going to be thinking something is different, right? They're going to be looking at you differently. So that's why we back up with the photo method so that you can get contact with your SP. What is up my face? Okay, because my goal is that you get contact with your SP, that I need to get you over the first fucking hurdle with SP, and that's breaking no contact. Okay, because once you break no contact, then you're unstoppable, and it moves very, very fast. You have to be prepared for the fast movement once no contact is broken. All right. All right, so get in a comfy little space here. This is a visualization exercise. If you are not a huge visualizer, I'm not either. Don't worry about it. Just go with it. Okay, when we're cutting the energy cord, we are only cutting the energy cord from you, not your SP, okay? So it's cut here, theirs stays intact, okay? So therefore it's a cord that's only running from their third eye to the floor, basically. You're cutting it from your third eye only, okay? Okay. So, and then I do recommend that you also do this with people in your life. Start with the immediate people in your life, your children, different people like that, so that the energy stays fresh all the time, because you'll find that the arguing will dramatically lessen, because it will automatically lessen because you have fresh energy with your children. So it's not built up. Okay. Also, then when you branch out, what will be trouble? I'm confused. Where are we going with this? Okay. Anyway, then when you branch out, start with the people that are the negative people in your life, the chronic complainers, right? People that are energy vampires, as they call them, because therefore this is designed to preserve your energy. Okay. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Senya. Don't block her. I'm curious what she's talking about. Anyway. Okay. So I want you guys to find a nice comfy place, and I want you to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths in and out. Now I want you to imagine that you're in an amphitheater. Okay, it's dark outside. you're alone, and you're sitting in the middle of this amphitheater, and in front of you, there's a giant stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that goes from the ceiling down to the center of the stage. Now, as you focus your attention to that stage light, I want you to focus your attention on that stage light for just a second. And as you're looking into the light, you start to realize that you're actually not alone. You notice that off in the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the light, there's a dark, shadowy figure. And as you start to adjust your attention to this shadowy figure, you start to realize that that person is your SP. So I want you to go ahead and call your SP, say their name, call them into the center of the stage, into the light. Do that now. And as your SP begins to walk into the light, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features. And you also notice that there's a gold cord that runs from the center of their third eye directly into your third eye. Now I want you to ask your SP these two questions. If you can hear their voice, great. If you cannot, don't worry about it. Okay, I want you to ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you yes. Now I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time they're not going to respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP right in their eyes. And I want you to tell them, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if it's a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that runs from the center of your third eye. And as that gold cord continues to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand. And I want you to grab the roots of that gold cord and go ahead and pull them out of your third eye and just toss them aside. And as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, I want you to notice that your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And they get farther and farther. And they get smaller and smaller. And they get farther and farther. And smaller and smaller. And farther and farther, and smaller, and smaller, until they just disappear. Now go ahead and take a deep breath in and out and open your eyes. All right. There's a certain type of people in line, but that's all right. Now, first of all, Blue Mix, yes, I will right after the second exercise because we do them back to back and I have to go to the ladies' room, but I will elaborate, so stick around. I want you to do the second exercise. Also, stop buying spells. Okay? We'll stop doing that. Let's stop doing that right now. Okay? No spell is needed for you to get what you want. That I promise, because I don't think you casted a breakup spell. Okay, so Yes. But I will answer your question because a couple of you have asked about the Manifest For Me coaching. Is what we do here is when I manifest for you, what's happening is we recreate your SP. We recreate your SP on the spot. Okay. And then I tell you how to play your part so that we're working together, not against each other. So when we do that, then we'll go ahead and that's when, because this is a partnership. I can't control the version of your SP that shows back up. That's entirely up to you, but I walk you through that. Then I tell you how to keep them. Okay. So when you come back in contact, then we continue to work together so that you can keep them. Okay. And that it goes in the right direction and not like this shit. Okay. So that's what we do around here. Oh, Blue Mix, trust me, you are not alone. You are not alone. But you don't need a spell. I mean, trust me, we've all done them. We've all done them. Okay? Everybody here knows my spell casting ritual. I told them what to do. Shit didn't work either. Okay? So don't worry about it. You're not alone. Okay? So the trash shit going around the internet is that you need to spell to get your SP back. Okay. I guess. Anyway. All right. So get your SP's photos out. I really got to go to the bathroom. Get your SP's photos out and Jackie, I'll answer you in just a second. Okay. Good, Desiree. Good. Now you do it with all the people in your life. Okay. And you can do this as often as you want with people. I always suggest if you're in a relationship with your SP that the second you guys, not the second, but like, cut that energy cord with your SP once a week, like every Friday, right? Like every Friday, just cut the energy cord so you keep your relationship and the energy connected to it nice and fresh and vibrant all the fucking time. Because who the hell has time for that shit? You're going to see blue cars. CC, I'm so confused. Oh. Oh, okay. I love that. I love that. That's the fun part. That's the fun part. My boyfriend has a blue car. So, oh, right. Now let's do the photo method, okay? The photo method is designed to get you contact with your SP. I need to get you over the first hurdle, and that is contact with SP, okay? So we want to get through that hurdle now, okay? But I need you guys to start thinking and expecting something differently because either way it goes, you're expecting something, okay? You're expecting them to contact you. You're expecting them to block you and ghost you. You're expecting them to contact you or not contact you. You're expecting them to want to come and see you or want nothing to do with you. You're expecting something, okay? So let's start expecting what you want instead. It's time that you start expecting them to contact you, that you start expecting something different, behavior different than what you're currently getting. Because last time I checked, the behavior you're currently getting is not helping or benefiting you in any sense of that fucking word. Is it? No, it is not. Okay, so we're going to, Ma1583. All links are in my bio. If you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, links are in the bio. It's literally like $117 if you pair it with coaching, text coaching. It's not a lot of money, but I can guarantee you the spell that Blue Sky cast it cost her a lot more than that. And she still didn't get her SP. Fucking crooks out there. Blue Mix. Excuse me. I called you Blue Sky. Okay. So here's what I need you guys to do. So you guys have your SP's photos out. So what I need you guys to do is now this, okay? Is I need you guys to, we're going to go down memory lane. We're dipping into old story, okay? So I want you guys to go back to the beginning of your relationship with your SP, all the way back to the beginning when you first met your fucking SP. It's okay if you can imagine them fofo, then just imagine them in your mind, okay? Oh, stick around, Blue Mix. I don't bully anybody. I keep it real here. And if I have to yell at you, I have to yell at you. That's the only way to get you under control. I had a coaching client yesterday on a side note. She said her first encounter with me was on TikTok and I fucking yelled at her. I was like, that's probably true. But it's all done out of love. All right. I digress. Okay. So I love you, Cece. Okay, so I want you guys to go you're now at the beginning of your relationship. I need you guys to remember who you were. Who were you at the beginning of your relationship? Because the reality is even though your SP has changed over the course of your relationship, so have you. The same person that your SP was in the beginning of your relationship is not who he was at the end of your relationship, but guess what? Neither are you. Okay? So we need to go back and we need to re-identify who you were at the beginning of your relationship. So I want you to remember who you were. That confident person that had the assurance, that knew what they were worth, that valued themselves, right? That was totally fine being single. That when you met your SP, yeah, the thought of dating them was cool. You wanted to be in a relationship with them, but you didn't need them. Okay? You didn't need them. That is the version of you that I need you to step back into. I need you to step back into the version of who you were when you first met your SP. Because when you first met your SP, that was the version of yourself that your SP was attracted to, that was desired, that desired you, that wanted to talk to you all the time, that tried to get your attention, right? That pursued you, that chased you, that wanted to talk to you all the time, that was constantly wanting to hang out with you and spend time with you, that wanted to be in a relationship with you. That version of you is who your SP fell in love with. I want you to tap back into that version of yourself now, that version of yourself that knew who you were. That your identities were your identities. They weren't wrapped up in somebody else, in your relationship. It was you. You knew who you were. You knew who you were. Go back to that version of you. Go back to that version of you right now. Put it on like it's a bodysuit that you're fucking stepping into right now. That is now the version of you that exists. Only that version, the version of you that your SP chased, wanted, fell in love with. That's who you are again. Now, I want you to fast forward a little bit to where everything in your relationship was completely perfect with your SP. Everything was perfect. I want you to remember the version of your SP for you. Who was your SP at that time for you? Where he was checking all the boxes. Who was your SP? How did they make you feel? How did they treat you? Who were they as a person for you? Because that version of your SP is who you were attracted to, which is who you desired, which is who you fell in love with. That version of your SP won your heart. Just like the version of you in the beginning of your relationship won your SP's heart. Those two versions of each other are who you fell in love with. That is now who you have to become again. That version of your SP is who you have to select right now. Only select that version of your SP. Forget who they were a minute ago. That version of your SP no longer exists in your reality. The only version of your SP that exists right now and moving forward is your perfect version. Your perfect SP, everything you've ever wanted in a perfect person. That is now who they are again for you. Nothing else matters. Because that version of your SP, when everything in your relationship is perfect and you were who you were and you had your SP exactly how they were, checking all the boxes, you did not question if you would hear from them today. You knew you would. You never questioned how they felt about you. It was blatantly obvious. You knew how they felt about you. You knew that you would talk to them today. You knew that they would come and spend time with you. You knew that they wanted to be in a relationship with you. You knew this. You didn't question it. So now that you've selected that version of your SP, it's time to stop questioning. Stop questioning their feelings for you. Know how they feel about you. Tell yourself right now. I want you to tell yourself, if you're alone, say it out loud. If you're not alone, say it in your mind so you don't look like a wacko. I want you right now to tell yourself, I absolutely know how my SP, say their name, feels about me. I have no doubt that we are getting back together right now. Say it with some conviction. Affirm it. Believe it. Because the knowing Knowing how they feel about you, they must conform. How you believe they feel about you is how they must feel about you. There's no other way around it. So right now, know how they feel about you. Your SP has been waiting and has been written. Your SP has been looking at your photos ever since the last time you spoke. They've been creeping on your profile every fucking day just to see what you're doing. They're on your profile. In fact, they're probably on your profile right now. Doodles, where the hell have you been? They're creeping on your profile all the time. They're going down memory lane in their photo gallery every single day, thinking about you and all the memories you guys had together and how great. SP is a specific person. Usually it's an ex. Thinking about all the great times that you had, how amazing you were for them, how amazing you are for them. They have written you text message after text message every single fucking day since you last talked to them. They have written a text message throughout the day, every fucking day, just trying to get the right words to say to you. They cannot wait. Right now, they are dying to tell you everything that you've wanted to hear from them. All they keep doing is waiting to press send, waiting to press call, because they can't do it until you give them permission to do that. And the only way you give them permission to contact you right now is by knowing how they feel about you, and by knowing and telling yourself that they're going to contact me, the same knowing that you had back then in your relationship where you didn't question a goddamn thing. That same knowing that you had back then is the knowing you need to have now, where you just knew that you would hear from them. Why wouldn't they? They can't stay away from you. You have a lot of catching up to do. So right now, you're going to do that. You're going to give them permission right now to contact you. In fact, you're going to tell them to. Okay? Now, if you are new here, I need you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, a lot of you need to straighten this shit. Because around here, we get what we want and we get it when we want it. We don't wait for shit. There's nothing to question. This is your reality. You're the queen and the king of your reality. No one is above you in your own damn house. No one is better than you. What you say goes. When queens and kings give a command, do they doubt, worry, question, check to see if their command is being carried out? No. When queens and kings give commands, there's nothing to check. There's nothing to worry. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to doubt. They don't need to do any of that. They know. They expect their command to be fulfilled, and they expect it to be fulfilled on the spot. They don't wait for shit. And neither do you. You have waited long enough. And that ends today. That ends right now. In fact, many of you will get contact today from your SP. That is my intention from you. It is now time for you to know that and to expect it, to expect something different, to expect the good in your SP, just like you did back then, because that is the version of your SP that you're selecting right now. Nothing else matters. And that's all you have to know. Okay? All right. So if you are in no contact, well, thank you. I'll try. If you are in no contact with your SP, or you're in contact, but it is not consistent contact, what is that? How's that a fucking small success, Doodles? Don't disappear again, bitch. Don't disappear again. I noticed. But that's freaking amazing. I'm proud of you. Snaps for Doodles. Snaps for Doodles. Okay. I digress. If you are in no contact or not consistent contact with your SP, right now you're going to look at their photo. And again, if you're alone, say it out loud with a little bit of backbone. If you're not alone, say it in your mind so you don't look like a wacko, okay? And you're going to look at your SP dead ass in their eyes, in their photo, and you're going to tell their ass what to do. So you can say you're contacting, calling, or texting. It doesn't matter. However they would naturally reach out to you is exactly how they'll do that. Okay? So you want to sit there right now. You're going to look at your SP's photo and say, and I pause my live for a couple minutes while you guys do this because I got to go to the ladies' room. Okay? So you're going to look at them and say, you're contacting me right now. You are calling me right now. You are calling me right now. You are calling me right now. Or texting, whatever you want. Okay? Now, if you're in consistent contact with your SP, then you can either tell them they're contacting you right now or that they're coming to see you today. Okay. You can say, you're coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. Okay. Now, if you're in neither, if you're in any of the ships, if you're in a friendship, situationship, or relationship, then you're going to start telling them that you can have fun with this. You can say they're contacting you right now. They're coming to see you today, or anything you want. You're buying me you're bringing me flowers today. You're buying me dinner tonight. You're bringing me dinner tonight. You're rubbing my feet tonight. You're giving me a massage tonight. You're giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Manifestation is fun here. We're supposed to bring the fun. We're here to bring the fun back in manifesting. Okay. So it's not a job. Okay. We come from expectation, right? What did Doodles just say? She started expecting it because that's what manifests. Jill, if you're on here, I'll fit you in sooner. Okay. Just message me privately and I'll fit you in sooner on my calendar. Okay. I'll make it work, sister. If I got to get up early for you, I'll get up early for you. Okay. But she started expecting it, which is why SP is coming over to her place to watch a film next week. Expect right now, you're going to tell them what to do and you're going to start expecting them to contact you. Do it now. And we are back. Now, there's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to do. But be and expect something different from your SP than you've been expecting. Okay? It's time to ditch the bad shit. Stop expecting the worst from the person that you love. Instead, expect the best from the person that you love. Because you love this person, for crying out loud. Why would you want to continue to expect the worst from them when you can change that? This is your reality. Okay? No one is above you in your own damn house. In your damn house. Do you understand? So stop giving your power away. Stop giving your power away. I'm pretty sure they're not that horrible. Britain? Stop giving your power away. There's one thing that you're in control of, okay? If you believe in a higher power, then you know this. There's one thing that you're in control of, and that is your mind. That is your mind. No one should take that from you. No one's opinion should affect your mentality. No one's voice or the things that they fucking say should impact you at all. Unless it's what you want to hear. Unless it's what you want to hear. If it's not what you want to hear, nah. I don't think so. Reject. 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 Yeah, like somebody said before, it's like, if your SP, or anybody for that fact, tells you something you don't want to hear, doctors, lawyers, anybody, family members, friends, if any of them tell you something that you don't want to hear, you need to channel your inner Peanuts gang, and all you hear is the teacher. Wah, 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 wah. I didn't hear. What? I'm sorry. Did you say something I didn't want to hear? Yeah, okay, reject. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I believe what I want to believe. You need to believe what you want to believe, not what people are telling you, unless it's what you want to hear. I reject whatever. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care who it is. If they tell me something I don't want to hear, reject. I don't even know what you're talking about. Reject, reject, reject. Over and over and over again. Somebody could tell. My parents, we had this whole debate that lasted 2.5 seconds because they were telling me to roll up my window. I was like, why? They need the key to start the car because it's a push start. And they were like, roll up your window. I was like, I think I'm fine. And my mom's like, you can't tell Jen shit. Don't even bother. You can't tell her anything unless it's what she wants to hear. 1000%. Glad you know that. I will reject, and I don't care what evidence you want to throw in my face. I don't care what you want to do to plead your case. If it isn't what I want to hear, I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. Sorry. Better luck next time. Go manipulate someone else. Society, the media, the worst thing you can do is listen to the news. Because all it does is taint your opinion over and over and over again. This is driving me fucking nuts. There we go. All it does is taint your opinion over and over and over again. Your friends, your family, all taint your opinion over and over and over again when it comes to your SP. Why? They're not trying to fuck you up, but it's because all you've done is bitch about your SP to them. All they've done is seen how, what you've gone through emotionally. So why would they support that? On top of that, but it's not their fault. You don't have to listen to them. No one decides who the fuck you should love and who you shouldn't love other than you. There's no right or wrong. I don't care if your entire family doesn't support your relationship. Who gives a shit? It's not theirs. It's yours. I'm sure a lot of us didn't support our parents' marriage either. But you know what? Hey, they didn't give a shit. Well, we had to say, did they? No. So why the hell do you care what they have to say? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're in control of your mind. You're in control of your thoughts 100% of the time. So when you ask, how do you manifest? You gain control of your thoughts. You've been manifesting on autopilot because you just let your thoughts run wild. You don't give it another option, which is why the negative shit continues to manifest over and over and over again. Because all you do is let the thoughts run wild. You just think about however you think, and you just go about your day and think about whatever the fuck you want to think about, and then you just keep it pushing. And then it manifests over and over and over again. Even the bad shit. Everything is your manifestation. You're just not consciously aware of it. You haven't gained control of it. But the minute you gain control of it and you say, no, I don't fucking think so. Did you just tell me what I don't want to hear? No. You think that you're going to treat me like shit? I don't fucking think so. You're going to disrespect me in my own reality? No, I don't think so either. I don't like this about you, so I'm going to change this. I've tolerated this from you for too long. I don't like that either. I'm going to change that shit too. And I'm going to keep doing it over and over and over again until everything is perfect. And then when everything's perfect, I'm persist beyond that again and again and again and again and again. And I don't give a fuck what your circumstance is. Because none of that matters. None of it matters. Will your 3D try to trigger you? Yeah. But you know what we say here when it comes to the 3D. If you show me what I don't like, fuck you. I reject. People in your 3D will try to trigger you. Let them. Let them try. Are you going to let them win, or are you going to win? I used to fall into that game because I'm petty. You guys know this about me. I used to fall into that game where I'd play the petty game online to trigger people. But I don't have to do that anymore. For fucking what? For what? I know what my shit is. I know what my shit is. So people can try to come for me all they want. Better luck next time. Better luck next time. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I get what I want, and I get it when I want it. Period. And no one's going to take what's mine. Ever. You going to let somebody come into your house and just take what's yours? Just unlock your door, open it up, and be like, just come rob me blind, because that's what you're doing every time you let somebody get in your thoughts and take your thoughts. Your SP is no fucking different. Stop listening to what they're saying as law. Whatever they're saying is feedback. That's all it is feedback for you to say, okay, I don't like what they're saying. So where am I going wrong in my thoughts, and where's the leverage here? Because you can leverage whatever comes out of their mouth. Whatever comes out of their mouth. They want to talk about their past relationships. You can leverage that too. You can leverage anything. I'm good at it. I'm really good at it. But I'm good at it because that is my prerogative. That's what I choose to do. What am I going to sit here and be the victim of fucking everything and make up makeshift stories that don't benefit me in my mind? Instead, I'm going to assign the meaning I want to everything, not another option. Whatever I want it to mean is exactly what that shit is going to mean. Whatever I want is exactly what I'm going to get. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care. And that's your mentality. That should be your mentality, is you guys should push yourself every day to be the best version of yourself possible to get whatever the fuck you want. Period. Like, excuse me, you said this? Where did I find the leverage? Okay, this is what I want from you. The very next day, they conform to that too. It's ongoing. It's ongoing. But you guys will get movement and then go right back to the same fucking bullshit you did before. And then be upset because your shit slid back. Of course it did. Because you haven't changed. You haven't changed. And if you're not going to evolve, then guess what? Your relationship will end the same over and over and over again. Even if you decided, I don't want my SP anymore, I've completely moved on from my SP, I'm over that shit. It doesn't matter. So you get a new SP. You care to know how that relationship's going to go? The same way this one went, the same way the last one went, with you single as a Pringle. Because you are the problem. You're the problem. You're just letting things happen to you. You're the victim of fucking everything. I'm blaming it. It's not me. It's them. They're acting like an asshole. Well, then stop selecting the asshole version. They're doing this. They're not doing that. They're not doing this. I've been doing this for 3 months. And you know what? I haven't gotten shit. Well then, if that's what you want to keep telling yourself, then keep telling yourself that shit. Or you can grow the fuck up and get what you want. You have choices. You have choices. That's why God gave you free will and the ability to decide how you live your life, what comes and what goes in your life. Because if that's not how this worked, then everybody would have the exact same life. We wouldn't have classes in society. We would not have upper class, lower class, middle class, and all that lies in between. But why do you think there's more division amongst the classes than ever before? Why do you keep saying, why is there that saying, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Because their mentality doesn't change. You need to stop doing that shit. Decide what you want. Stop leaving it up to them to decide. I'm just waiting. I just want a commitment. Great. Then fucking get a commitment. When are you going to decide that they want to commit to you? When are you going to decide that? Because the minute you decide is when they'll decide. Shanna. Okay, for the majority, and I'll only speak on, I can't even speak on my experience when it came to this because I never verbalized that to my boyfriend. But I will speak on members' experiences that have verbalized that. They're always told the opposite. They're always told the opposite. Like I talked to him about wanting to commit a relationship, and then here come the excuses. Well, I'm just not ready to commit. I don't know what I want, out of this, I just want to be friends, and that's when they pull back. Because you wouldn't need to verbalize what you want if you wouldn't need to verbalize what you want if you knew how they felt about you. Okay? If you knew how they felt about you, then you wouldn't need to verbalize it. So this is where I say you have two options given where you're currently at, and this will change throughout the time. So you can, let's say they're love bombing you and telling you all the things that you want to hear. Great. Then you listen to the words that are coming out of their mouth. Now let's say that they say something that you don't necessarily like they don't want a relationship, or they're just not ready for commitments, and they have all these fucking excuses, right? So then that's when you don't listen to the words that come out of their mouth and you look at their actions instead. And you say, okay, because I just did this with a client yesterday. I said, okay, forget what is coming out of their mouth. Because he was like, I just want to be friends. We're just friends. We're just friends. We're just friends. But everything he does speaks to the contrary. And I asked her that. I said, if you were to take his words out, like he doesn't fucking have a voice, let's say he doesn't have a voice. Do his actions, if you were to go off of only his actions alone, what would that tell you? It would say relationship. Exactly. So that's what you base your decision off of. And you say, okay, I don't give a fuck what came out of his mouth. Because I was told this before. But I chose to not listen to the words and went off the actions and said, no, I refuse to believe this. I literally was like, I refuse to believe that. No, I know exactly how they feel about me. I know exactly how they feel about me because they show me every day. 24 hours later, confirmation. Total opposite of what was said to me before. Because I chose to give it a different meaning, and I chose to believe what the fuck I want. Exactly. That's why. Because you, Shanna, are questioning. You wouldn't need to talk to him and tell him you want to commit a relationship if you would start saying and assigning that meaning to everything that he fucking does. Like a romantic dinner, that's not a friendship, right? It's not a friendship. The only reason it isn't that he doesn't want a commitment, because he wouldn't be doing the things that boyfriends do if he didn't want a commitment. The only reason they ever say that is because you aren't sure. You're looking for them to confirm. that they want to commit a relationship with you. So that's where we leverage. Okay. So then we leverage this. And this is for a lot of you guys that are in like a situationship, if you will, not a relationship. And Elena, pay attention. Okay. 2. This is where you find the leverage to say, okay, I want to commit a relationship. So how do I, but also I want him to confirm, right? So how do I leverage that? Oh, Yesenia, that's right, girl. Why wouldn't he come see you tonight? Why wouldn't he, bitch? I love you. Okay, so you say, okay, they say they don't want a commitment. How do I get them to confirm the opposite? Okay, how do I get them to confirm the opposite? So then you say, okay, so now you're in our conversations. Ooh, I love a good tri-tip. My boyfriend makes really good tri-tip. Me, I like to overcook my meat, and so it's dry. I'm not a grill master. But so let's say you have you want commitment, right? So it's like, okay, then I need to leverage this and I need to say, okay, I want him to confirm. So how I'm going to confirm, how I'm going to get him to confirm is that I'm going to have inner conversations about how he like literally cannot stop talking about our future together. Like girl, he's always talking about our future together. And he's constantly telling me everything that I want to hear. Like literally, he talks about our relationship all the time. Like he tells me everything that I want to hear. Okay, so you tailor inner conversations within yourself around him talking about a relationship or your future together, telling you all the things that you want to hear because your subconscious mind knows what you want to hear, right? And I know exactly how he feels about me. No, I know exactly how he feels about me. I absolutely know he wants a committed relationship with me. That I know for sure. I have no doubt. And he is going to tell me everything that I want to hear. Like, I can't wait for him to tell me everything. He's actually going to tell me everything I want to hear right now. Right? All of that is now your inner conversation. So now he starts to reflect that. So now it's easy for you to step into the assumption of relationship because he has now confirmed that. I've tested this. Okay. I tested it where literally you were just like literally by only saying a couple things to myself is I know exactly how he feels about me. I know exactly how he feels about me. I have no doubt he wants a relationship with me. I have no doubt he wants a relationship with me. And he's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. Those are the 3 things I said. Now you can tailor it to make it more natural for you, however you would talk. But those 3 things in less than 7 days, 100% confirmation. And then I would, in my mind, at various times, because again, it's not robotic affirming, right? It's not an affirmation, it's a conversation. So in my mind, I would say things like, I'd imagine him I would like say certain things that he would tell me, right? Like, what did I forget, Betty? But I would say certain things like, no, I know that this, that, and the third. What is it you want to know? What do you want him to confirm? Right? But if you tell yourself, what up, crazy court girlfriend? Okay. But if you tell yourself those things, now he will start to confirm. He will start to confirm. So now it's easy for you to be like, yeah, because he will tell you. You won't have to communicate this. He will tell you, like, I do want to be with you. Like, I do actually want to be with you. You know, I've thought about it and I know how I feel about you. And I do want a relationship with you. When he just told you the opposite. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What you know pushes out. So if you know that he cares about you, if you know that everything that he's doing, because you're only basing your decision you're only basing your opinion off of his actions. Okay. So if you know, not the words. So if you know that he's basing his decision based on that, like you're basing your decision based on his actions, that's what you tell yourself. I absolutely know how he feels about me. I have no doubt. I know he wants to be in a relationship. He will confirm that. He will confirm that. Because that's what you're telling yourself, because you're only going off of the actions of this individual. Because usually that's where you guys get it confused, when you guys will want something from your SP, but they're confirming the opposite, but their actions don't confirm that. Why do you think we have a situationship, right? Because they're saying the opposite. That's why, Shayna, this is feedback. right? Hello, bitch. Did you not pay attention? What the fuck I said? You don't call him out. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's forcing the 3D. Do not call him out. Okay. When they say contradicting things, because this is always what happens. When they say contradicting things, that's when this turns to this. Investigative reporter hat goes on. And now you take a look at how he's contradicting himself, because he's not contradicting himself. You are. So when he is saying two contradicting things, there's no need to call him out. There's no need, because oftentimes he won't know why he's saying the two contradicting things, or may not be aware of it. Oftentimes he won't know why, because you're the one that's conflicted in your thoughts. So therefore they contradict themselves. And oftentimes they'll say, I don't know why I feel this way. Of course they don't, because you are the one that is confused in your thoughts. But when you get clear on your thoughts, now he's no longer contradicting himself. He says one thing. Any time they say contradicting things, it's never them. Anything they say that you don't want to hear, it's never them. It's always you. So that's where you go and you put investigative hat on and say, okay, wait a minute. He's contradicting himself. So somewhere in my mind, I'm inconsistent. I'm wavering somewhere in my mind. I'm ping-ponging between what I want, what I know, what I want, what I hope for, what I want to confirm, what I think, but I'm not sure. I think I'm not sure. I think I'm not sure. Right. And I want this from him, but he's not showing me this. Right. So now now you're getting contradicting. There's no need to call him out, because the only reason he's contradicting is because you are not sure. So get sure, bitch. That's your challenge, Shayna and Elena. Like, it kind of rhymes. Both of you, that's a challenge. And anybody else who's in a situationship that wants a commitment from their boyfriend, that's talking, that is your challenge for the next 24 hours, is to focus and make your decision. What label would you give it? If you only based your decision based on their actions, what would you describe your relationship? How would you describe your relationship? If their actions show you relationship, then that's what the shit is. Then that's what the shit is. And the minute you tell yourself that you know you're in a relationship, I absolutely know that he wants a relationship with me. That I have no doubt. And I know how he feels about me. The minute you know how he feels about you and that he wants a relationship with you, because that's what his actions show, he will show you the exact same. Very, very fast. Even when he said the opposite. Doesn't matter. I tested this shit, guys. I try to test as much shit as possible so I can tell you what works. So the conversation you're talking about is imagining the conversation between the two in your head. Yes and no, Luna. There's I think I discovered 3 types of inner conversations you can have. Okay. One is just a pep talk. Like, it's an inner pep talk with yourself, where it's like when you find yourself just talking to yourself, right? It's the same thing, where it's a one-sided conversation where you're just confirming to yourself what you want to know, what you know. So it's like, so what I described is a conversation with yourself, self-validation, if you will. So it'd be something like, exactly what I said. Like, no, I know exactly how he feels about me. I know how he feels about me, because his actions tell me that. Okay. And I know he wants a relationship with me. I have no doubt he wants a relationship with me, and we're getting back together. That I have no doubt. And he's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. He's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. Okay. That was an inner talk with my bestie, myself. Okay. Just a pep talk. The second type of inner conversations you can have is where you hear, which is what I tell you guys to do, is to go through your old story. I don't care if the shit was 10 years ago. It doesn't fucking matter. Go through your old story and cherry pick out what has your SP told you about your relationship and his feelings for you. Even if it's the old relationship, it doesn't matter. What are all the positive things that he said out of his mouth? Because you're not making this shit up, okay? You're not making it up. That's delusional, is making things up. You're not doing that. You're simply recalling the things that he's told you. I've never felt so connected with anybody but you, like, ever. Like, the connection we have is just so deep. Like, I absolutely love you. Like, we have the best relationship. Whatever they've told you about your relationship or their feelings towards you in the past, the positive only, then you're going to recall those. If you could hear their voice, great. Then hear them telling you the exact same things they've already told you before. Hear them tell you the exact same things they told you before. Okay. That's a second form of inner conversation where you hear them telling you all the things that they've said before. If you can't hear their voice, that's fine. Then take the things that they've told you before about their feelings for you and the relationship, and your relationship, the positive shit, and just remind yourself of that shit. Like, no, he has told me that he loves me. Like, he tells me that like, I've heard this from him. I know he loves me, right? Everything he's told you, you now know. You're not making this shit up. He said it out of his mouth. So obviously he feels that way. He felt that way. Because the only time they can ever stop, like, let's say, and then let's say that and then the other thing that you can do is you can imagine a conversation you're having with someone. So it would be like someone where you know their voice. So like your bestie, your mother, it could even be your SP, where you two are having a very brief conversation. So you could imagine him telling you, babe, I love you. Like, I love you so much. We're so perfect together. And then you respond in your mind, we are perfect together. Right? And then you just ping pong it back and forth. You loop it over and over again. Those are the 3 inner conversations that you should have because they push out quickly. But the only way your SP can feel a type of way about you is if you know that that's how they feel about you. If you know, like, there's a lot of people that are like, I know he loves me, then he can't stop loving you until you decide he doesn't love you anymore. He literally cannot stop loving you if you know he loves you. If you know how he feels about you, he literally must feel that way about you. There's no other option. Is the only way you control how he feels about you. You control what he thinks about you too. Because remember, we all have our own assumptions and our own reality, right? Everyone is you pushed out. They're no different in their reality. So your SP shows up based on your assumptions of them. So they show up that way to you, which is why they're different around their friends than they are with you. Okay. Because everyone has their own assumptions. Okay. So when you do that, now they're showing up based on your assumptions, but your SP also has assumptions about you. So what do you want to assume he thinks about you? He can only assume about you, because this is your reality, what you want him to assume about you, which is why you all need to see yourself as literal perfection. Yes, life for chilling. Whatever you want, those are your inner conversations. They can only do what you want them to do. Okay? They can only assume what you want them to assume. Okay? So if you see yourself as the perfect girlfriend, like, I'm perfect. Like, I know what I bring to a relationship. I'm the perfect girlfriend or the perfect boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever. They have to see that in you too. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice but to see how you see yourself, which is why I tell you guys that when we do now the, good, Elena, accept the challenge. Which is why when I tell you guys that there's 2 folds to the version that you're selecting. You're selecting the version of your SP that you want for you, but you also need to select the version of yourself that knows who the fuck you are. That knows who you are. Because therefore, no one is competition to you. No one is competition to you. Do you think in a million years that gutter trash was ever competition to me? No. My ex gutter trash was never competition. Why? Because I know who the fuck I am. I know who I am. I know what I have to bring to the table. I know what I have to offer in any relationship I'm in. My SP, my boyfriend, or anybody else, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I know who I am. Okay? Always. And so because of that, things work out quickly. Poor times, focus on your fucking self. You need to focus on yourself. Okay? That's what you're going to be doing right now. You're focusing on yourself. Okay? But that's what you have to remember, which is why I tell you guys, if you want to prove to yourself, like, I posted a video like 2 days ago called the Dream Method, right? Where, if you want to know, because if the reality is, if your boyfriend if your SP is in your dreams, you're in theirs. That's how this works. Don't decipher the dream, okay? It is not your job to decipher the fucking dream. Your job is to know the candidates in your dream, and that's it. That's it, okay? That's all it is. So I want you every night, this is what I want every single one of you to do, is pick one affirmation Like he's so in love with me. It could be anything. Okay. And I want you to fall asleep in that affirmation. If you fall asleep before, that's fine. Because you know what? Unless you're like superhuman, we all wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So when you wake up to go to the bathroom, fall back asleep in one affirmation. Watch your SP show up in your dream. You could literally be dreaming about something totally different. And then because you didn't fall asleep in the affirmation, and then all of a sudden go to the bathroom, go back in and go to sleep in the affirmation again. And all of a sudden your SP's in your dream. Same night. And you'll be in their dream daily. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? And so that's what you want. Why not leverage? We leverage dreams around here. We don't let our dreams run wild when we can pick and choose who shows up in our fucking dreams. So therefore they show up in our dreams. Yeah, because you're reacting. Your view. It's not that you think it's not Natalie. It's not necessarily that you think he wants gutter trash more. It's more like you are viewing gutter trash as a problem. Okay. It's like you're viewing gutter trash as a problem, or you're viewing her as a competition on your level. Which is why we don't ever refer to gutter trash as third parties, because that implies competition. No one competes with fucking trash. Ever. And you need to remind yourself who the fuck they were with first. Who were they first? Of course, Sarah, manifestation doesn't go one direction. Manifestation goes both directions. Positive and negative. Positive and negative. It's called the law of opposites. Okay, where there's hot, there's cold, up, there's down, positive, there's negative. Why am I ignoring you? I'm not ignoring you, Mocha. Mocha chocolata, yeah. That's right, Jackie. Gutter trash is never on your level. Do you repeat affirmations in sets or visualize instead? Okay, so I told you guys, affirmations, Mocha, pay attention. Affirmations are affirmations are solely designed to distract your thoughts to focus on what you want. That's literally its only job. What is more important than affirmations is inner conversations, because that is something natural to you. It's something you're naturally just having, and you don't think about it again. You go about your day. Boom, it's pushing out. It's a natural conversation you're having, which is why typically when we have conversations, it's negative shit. And then we don't think about it again, and we don't go down that rabbit hole, and it manifests. So if we could do the same thing for the negative, we could do the same thing for the positive. And the way we do that is by controlling inner conversations. Now for affirmations, yes, sats, you're not in sats only in the morning and at night, which is why I tell you guys, when you get your ass out of bed, when you wake up in the morning, do not grab your phone and go on fucking Instagram. Why don't you affirm? Okay. Or have an inner conversation when you first wake up, because you're still in sats 5 to 10 minutes after waking up. Your conscious mind is still waking up, which is why when you kind of stagger when you go to the bathroom. Okay. But you're in sats throughout the day. So if you ever find yourself feeling like you could take a fucking nap right about now, or you find yourself kind of spacing out, like spacing off, you're in sats. So that's when you should be affirming or having inner conversations. Okay. You can visualize. Sure. You can visualize, but it's throughout the day. That's the problem. Okay. That's the problem. You cannot just bank on repeating affirmations in sats and visualizing a couple times a day and then let the shit run on autopilot the rest of the day. That's not how this works. That's not how that works, because you're processing 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. So if you're only affirming every time you're in sats and then visualizing a couple times a day, you got about 40,000 thoughts that you're affirming outside of that are probably going against what you want. Which one do you think is going to win? Okay, because those are already assumptions. Those are already conversations you're having. We have to replace those, and we replace them by becoming aware of them. Okay? Quit whining, Mocha. Jesus Christ. I get a lots of comments. You guys can't see them. Oh yeah, you can. But I get lots of them. And I try to just not give one phrased answers. I try to actually, help. And Mocha, yes, self-concept is good. Self-concept is a good thing. Anyone should always have great sellers. You should always have self-concept, but you don't need to work on fucking self-concept. You need to work on self-love. Fuck self-concept for a second. Stop it. You need to work on self-love. Because when you work on self-love, it unlocks self-concept. It automatically elevates all the other selves. Self-concept, self-confidence, self-respect, self-care, all the things, all the selves automatically rise when you focus on self-love. Seeing yourself as the prize. This world is only good with me in it. Like, I make this world a better fucking place. When you come from that notion, then yeah, everything else rises with it. But literally, all you have to do to work on self-love is be like, I am fucking perfect. Yeah, I'm literally perfection. But literally, all you have to do to work on self-love is be like, I am fucking perfect. Yeah, I'm literally perfection. I'm perfect. I am perfect. Well, job done. Job done. Self-concept taken care of. Instead of being like, I am chosen. I am loved. Unless you grew up in a household where your parents didn't love you, that's the biggest crock of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. I don't feel loved. Like I said, unless you grew up with absentee parents or parents that did not love you or show you love, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But you guys go digging. You guys go digging for self-concept shit. Like, where's all the blocks? Oh, a self-concept. Oh, there's all this shit online where you should have 25 affirmations about self-concept. No, you can umbrella the whole thing. Okay. It's called an umbrella affirmation. So instead of being like, all of these self-concept affirmations, who the fuck has time for that shit? I am perfect. Job done. I have a great, and if you insist on working on self-concept, I have a great self-concept. I have a great self-concept. Job done. One affirmation is needed to cover everything. Because your subconscious mind knows what you'd view as flaws. Okay? Now I'm going to go back to it's manifest before I have to bail because I've got coaching calls up the wazoo today. Okay? If you are interested in grabbing and securing a spot, if you're not able to secure a spot till I guess the weekend, just shoot me a fucking message, okay? And I will slide you up in the calendar. Like I said, if I have to wake up early, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for the people, for the greater good. Okay, if you're interested in having me manifest for you, want one-on-one coaching with me, our text coaching, WhatsApp community, all the things, links are all in the bio or description if you're watching from YouTube, okay? Now, you need a little bit of encouragement. Here's the thing, guys. Okay. Here's the thing. It is a silly fucking name, Organically Zen Heidi. I'm still going to call you Organically Zen Skincare. I don't give a fuck. Then that's when you find the love for yourself. Okay? Because the thing is parents' love language, people's love language is different. Everyone's love language is different. Okay? So my dad showed me love, even to this day. My dad always he didn't model. Now, he was active like a referee at my soccer games, but he worked all the time. Okay. He's a computer programmer. He was on the team that created the first barcode ever used. Very smart guy, but worked all the fucking time. Okay. So his love language, but he made good money. So his love language to me was always to buy me things. He never he's not, even to this day, he's not the kind of guy that is going to give you a hug. I don't even know the last time my dad ever hugged me. Or gives you a kiss on the cheek. He was not that guy. I used to always just say it's because he was Asian. Because my old grandparents, none of them are like that. But that's why. Because they were not modeled that either. My dad was not modeled love and affection that way. But that was his love language, right? Is that he's solid. Even to this day, he feels like I don't need him unless I need him monetary wise. And if I don't, then he's like, oh, so you don't need anything from me anymore. Right? That's how he shows love. But unfortunately, because everything is patterns and modeled for us, I was showing people love that same way by buying them things, because that's what was modeled to me. But it wasn't until I realized that that's what I was doing that I had to break that pattern. So that's where you find the love in yourself, by kudoing you all. I will pour times. You want to see a picture of my fucking dad? He's totally Asian. Most people think I'm half Hispanic, But then when they see my dad, they're like, oh, I can see it somewhat, but oh yeah, he's definitely Asian. He's like Mr. Miyagi. Like with a big old belly. Okay. All right. So I got a jet, but here's your motivation. You need to do things differently. You need to fucking persist. You need to persist. We don't quit. We don't fold. We don't cave. We don't give up. We don't get all in our freaking feelings about shit. No, what we do is we persist in what we want. We fight every day. We get up and we fight for our lives. You're fighting for your finances. You're fighting for your families every day. You're fighting to take care of your children. You're fighting every fucking day for your life. Your SP is no different. We get up every day and we fight. We push forward. It's called persisting. We persist in what we want only because either way, you're persisting in something. So why do you keep persisting in what you don't want? Why do you keep fighting for your limitations? Why do you keep fighting for all the bad shit in your life when you should be taking same effort? Instead, fight for being limitless. Fight for your freedom. Fight for everything that you want for your life, for anything in your life. Stop arguing and fighting for your limitations, for your misery, for your sadness. Stop doing that. Stop fighting for mediocrity when you can have everything you've ever wanted and more. That's the only thing you should be waking up every day and fighting for: your dreams, your happiness, your fulfillment. That's the only thing you should be fighting for every single fucking day of the week. And if it's not in alignment with any of that shit, it's got to go. It has to go. Drop it. If anything that you're thinking about throughout your day for the next 24 hours makes you sad, drop it. You should only be focused on things that make you happy, that bring you joy, fulfillment, things that you want. Stop fighting for the things that you don't want. Stop doing that. You owe it to yourself to have everything that you've ever wanted and more. You are completely limitless. You create your life. No one else does. So stop giving your power away and put on your fucking crown right now. Stop giving your power away. Take it back. I want you all today to make the decision. I want you all today to make that fucking decision right now, because I'm late on this coaching call, that you are all going to decide right now that I will only fight for what I want. And I will only think about what I want instead of all the shit that I don't want. I'm only going to see the good for the next 24 hours in life, in general. I'm only going to see the good in everything. And I'm going to focus on that. And I'm only going to focus on what I fucking want over and over and over again. Because you can't not have it. There's no, well, what if it doesn't come? No, the only way it's not going to come is if you quit and you fold and you give up. And you let someone else taint your thoughts and control your life. I want you today to decide, do you want it or do you not? I want you today to decide that you are going to take your fucking power back, and you're taking it back now. No one else is going to control your life. No one else is going to taint your thoughts. The only one that's in control of all of that from this point forward is you. No one else. Take your power back, and you take it back now, because it's the only thing you're in control of. The only thing you're in control of. Stop giving that away. Stop giving it away. Because the minute you take it back, you're unstoppable. You'll get everything you've ever wanted and more. You will have everything you've ever wanted. They will conform like it's going out of style the minute you stop giving your power away. The minute you stop waiting for everyone else to validate shit. Fuck that. The only validation you should ever need is you. You are the validation. No one else is the validation. You are. You are the confirmation. There is no other confirmation but you, and only you. So today, put your crowns on, take your fucking power back, and don't ever give that shit away again. If you're thinking something that doesn't make you happy, that doesn't bring you joy, change that shit. Because why would you spend all this effort throughout your day, every fucking day, focusing and dwelling on the things that you hate in your life, the things that make you sad, when you could take the same effort and focus on everything that brings you joy and makes you happy? Why would you want to waste your time doing that shit when you deserve to be happy. You deserve to have the life that you want. You deserve to have all the success, the money in the world, and to be with the person that you love. So stop accepting something else. Stop accepting mediocrity. Stop accepting not being chosen, not being loved, not being appreciated or valued or wanted by your SP. Stop accepting that. Right now, take your power back. You need to channel your queen energy, your king energy, and never, never let anybody or anything dim your light, ever. This is your life. And who the fuck is going to control your life? You. No one else. And if you don't get a fucking grip right now, then I can guarantee you one thing. 6 months from now, nothing will be different. Nothing will be different. It's like living Groundhog's Day all over again. Every fucking day, you don't do something different. If you want something different, you have to do something different. That's what they say. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It's not going to happen. Because if it was going to happen, it would have already fucking happened. Wouldn't it? So if you want something different, think differently. If you want your SP, do something different than what you've been doing. Change your thoughts. Change your inner conversations. Change your expectations. And when you change your thoughts, your expectations, and your inner conversations, your reality must match. It doesn't have a choice. Unless you decide to cave and give up and let life just continue to happen to you. Because how the fuck has that been working out? How's that been working out? It hasn't. Do you understand? Obsess over your shit, Sanchi. There's nothing wrong with obsessing over what you want. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, now I'm super late. It's 111. If you believe in angel signs, there's your sign. Make a decision. Make a decision right now. You're either going to go after what you want or just pack that shit up and let life keep happening to you. What the fuck is your pleasure? Get a grip. Do it now. Okay? If you want to work with me one-on-one, you want me to manifest your recipe for you, all the things, all links are in the bio or the description wherever you're watching from. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't even trip. I always upload them on the Tube of You because I'm here to tell you right now. I don't give a shit if you follow me or somebody else, but I will guarantee you one thing, that there's no one that gives a fuck more about you on this fucking internet than I do. That I will take it to the bank. None of them care about you as people, except for me. I have cried here on fucking live several times. I have yelled at you because I give a shit. That is what I'm here for. I go live 7 fucking days a week. And my admins. That's why they're on the team. Same with Patriot Vibes and everybody else. Because we care. That's what makes us different. Is we don't just treat you like a fucking number. We treat you like people. I give a shit. And so does everybody else in the community cares that you get your shit. That's what we're here to do. Okay? I love all you besties. And I will see you all